Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well hit ball to right. Way back and Machado cranks the first pitch to deep left field. He and Happ will watch it go. Manny Machado destroys a first pitch splitter. The Cubs do not turn to the bullpen, and Machado hits it over the bullpen. Off of Morahone, it kicks right to Arise, who tags the bag with a baseball.
That's what you call a kick save and a beauty right there.
He swings and hits it hard to right. And Ben Rice is back, and the Yankees are on the board. A two-run home run off Bayo to get it started. And that one is up the middle. It's going to get down. Christian Fields. And he will throw it into third base. We are tied. Swing and a drive. Left field. Bellinger. Back. Gone! Trevor's storybook season continues with a game-tying solo shot. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And the Dodgers get a run back. Betts. An RBI single. Rortvedt in to score. And it is 2-1 here in a rally to do it. Hernandez with a base hit up the middle. That'll score Ohtani. Here comes Betts. Freeman to third. Hernandez into second. And it is 7-2 Dodgers.
Good morning. Welcome into Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
It is I, says me.
It is you.
And all those who agree are weak.
Welcome back.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
It is good to have you. You know, as I'm listening to those highlights and I was watching the Dodgers game last night,
Yeah.
I had a little bit of an epiphany.
What's that, champ?
So I was watching, and you know how deeply the Mookie Betts trade hurt me to my soul.
Yeah.
I finally realized, and I don't know if you've ever had this happen when you've got like an ex-girlfriend or something, and you know, there's a time where it's hard to see her just out and around in public, and eventually you're like, I hope the best for her. That's where I reached with Mookie Betts last night.
I appreciate
He hit that double, and I was like, you know what? Good for you, Mookie.
It was gonna be real hard on you.
I know.
I'm like, you know, I already been messing. You know, guy's got a funny sense of humor. I was about to really have some jokes for him. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna muster it up, and I'm gonna be coming back to an L. Oh shoot, tough, man. But no, I'm happy to be back, man. It was a tough stretch, but we're good putting it back together, and a lot of good people. Man. I just, it all happened, and I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. First of all, I want to say, I love you guys, man. I appreciate, you know, everybody reaching out. I couldn't keep up. I was overwhelmed. So I'm going to try to do them all, you know, and get back to everybody. But, you know, handful of you, I know I responded to, and some had a little bit more stick-to-itiveness than others. You know, I probably only talked to my mom maybe 2-3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I for sure got to call her. She's trying her brains out, but as I'm just telling you,
Mm-hmm.
as a guy that you know, loves you to death, tell your loved ones, if there's ever a wellness check, don't call me. I'm 0 for 2. So pick somebody else. You want to give yourself a chance. Super duper special thanks to you know, the officer on the scene, because not obviously, I'm probably one of well, I would say one of one that everybody knows that's ever been to that apartment. So when Jay came to the field to tell me that nobody could get a hold of him, kind of had a sense that we're in big trouble. So
yeah,
she's 0 for 2 as well. But the officer, so I knew where his apartment was, and I don't know what I was thinking. I just barge in that thing.
yeah.
It's dark, and guy hits me with a flashlight. Like, who are you? So who are you? No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And he said, I'm Officer such and such. Nobody's in there, right? His sister's she didn't want to go in. And he was good, man. So I don't know if it's not really an apology because I don't think I was out of pocket, but he did a really good job. Given the situation, I felt like the investigators were good.
Yeah.
And super duper shout out to Nancy, Maddie's mom, Megan, and Ben. I mean, Bubenbach, where he getting a head start on getting that apartment clean, man. Love that dude, Gutty.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy. I'm happy to be back. We I don't know, man. It just one day. My team was really, really good. It's the only place I went.
Yeah.
Just to see the kids.
Yeah.
And I joked about you. I was giving one of the talks to the guys before we took the practice field, and the players were good. I'm like, man, I don't know how my radio partner doesn't like young people. Guys, the only reason I get out of bed. And one of my other coaches was like, yeah, I hate kids too. Because not the high school guys, just the young ones. I said, oh shoot, you guys get along well.
Was it Queen?
Yeah. Shocker. Shocker.
No.
But
yeah,
man, it's good to shake it off. Scott's done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Open arms. This is a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to do. Ducci and those guys at Pisons, man, send those guys an extra prayer. We had to wait to tell them on Thursday until like 5:15. So
yeah,
they got customers in there.
Yeah.
So those customers were great. Just a lot of times in situations like this, now we'll see what happens post memorial service because some ugly could come out, but people rallied, and it's just there's good.
Yeah.
There's good out there. And you guys just keep loving on people. You just never know. All those jokes now and stuff aren't funny.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I talked to him literally Thursday morning, 8:04.
Yeah.
So, anywho, let's try to get this thing back going. Shane, did you miss me?
I did.
I doubt it. Are you just saying that? I doubt that.
I think we all missed you. I know I had a lot of people reach out to me who had also reached out to you, just making sure that someone had been in contact with you to make sure you were keep plugging along. I mean, I know a lot of people ask like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I mean, I don't think okay is on the table right now, if I'm being honest. It's just like you said, kind of one foot in front of the other. And so I'm sure I saw a fraction of the people that had reached out to you, but there were a bunch of our listeners who wanted to make sure that somebody had eyes on you, at least to make sure you were keep going along. So
I don't know who's up next, but there's a lot of pressure on somebody. I mean, I'd go there 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Just to talk.
Yeah.
So somebody's gonna get it. I don't know. Coverage of coverage of prayer for all you guys that may be like, oh, shoot, am I next up? Yeah, I need somebody to.
You gonna moneyball this thing? You gonna recreate in the aggregate?
Well, you got to see who has the. So it's three. You need three. You need three components. You gotta be somebody that can share the truth and love.
Yeah.
Which is going to eliminate 98%
I'll say
of people.
that's a small group.
It has to be somebody that I trust.
Yeah. Which might be a smaller group.
And then it's got to be somebody who has big shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not talking about cutting grass or tiddlywinks. I mean, we're solving all the world's problems.
Not a big tiddlywinks guy.
Nah, nah. I have to have a new hangout spot. Although I told those guys, when they get ready to reopen, you got food costs, and I mean, it's just complicated.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, occasionally about 10:05, man, I may just sit in here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. So they're good, man. I was lost in the world of sports, but I was joking with you. I had to break the ice before I get to Nebraska City.
Yeah. I don't think you were joking, but
well, I couldn't tell those guys no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they've been good to you.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let's break the ice.
Gotta jump back in this thing.
Yeah, I was close yesterday and I just couldn't get it going.
Yeah.
And then I said it felt like hang on.
Mm-hmm. Scott in the chat here says it was good to get the honk from you this morning as you were on your way in here.
I could hear Maddie just saying, if you don't get your sorry ass out of bed. Like I knew he would say that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, shoot. Guess I better get out of bed. Plus, it's no fun taking a shower just to get back in the bed.
Yeah.
Probably like to try to go somewhere and be productive. So here we go.
Well, especially you. You're about 2 showers short if you're only taking one.
Yeah, it's funny too. It's probably TMI, but it felt like I was losing an extra amount of hair.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I'm like, I like to clean up after myself. I'm like, what the world is going on? Like I had stress-induced hair loss, but it was my body hairs. I don't know what the frick was going on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're used to scrubbing that stuff off 3 times a day, the one time it accumulates.
Yeah, yeah. But just again, there's so many good people, and people. Just capacity, right? You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I mean, Les must have called me 10 times, maybe.
Yeah.
Reaching out, and so finally, I'm like, man, I gotta answer. So I answered yesterday. I was walking out on my porch, just fresh air or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you sound awful close. Are you here? I was like, nah, dummy, I'm not here. So I was like, hang on, let me call you back. So I walked outside because I thought I saw his truck. I'm like, he's messing with me. Like, this dude is really checking on me. So I called him back. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were here. I just thought you were here. Nah, he's good, man. Just a lot of good people.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you'd gone more than a day without texting me back, you were getting a drive-by.
So how long did it take me?
You text me at least once every day.
Okay. So, I don't know. Thursday, Friday, Saturday was no bueno. But once Ben got to the apartment, I was just like, could relax a little.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
He's
a stud. It's Maddie's brother-in-law. He doesn't say a ton, but the investigators were good. Like Ben's a good dude. Megan is super strong. I know there's no doubt she whooped hers. Zero question in my mind. She would beat the brakes off of that dude. So, and they get it from their mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's Starship Trooper.
Yeah.
So anywho, we'll get things situated.
Yeah.
Couple weekends and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, we obviously thrilled to have you back. We got a good lineup for you today too. Some of your favorites.
Yeah, I had to pick and choose. I'm like, God, do I want to hear Bruntz's mouth?
You got your guy MRI though?
Yeah.
That'll be a good one.
I get to talk football. I feel about as much as I can, I feel out of the football loop.
Yeah.
A little. But we'll see if I can shake the rust off.
And also, I mean, out of the football loop for you it's relative, right?
Right?
You know what I
right.
mean?
I'm used to being in the weeds.
You're still texting me on Saturday about
Yeah. What did I say?
we were just kind of going back on the games that were going on.
Yeah. So you know the reason why I responded?
What's that?
Because you took the initiative like no big deal. Like you didn't tiptoe in. You made a comment.
Yeah.
So now I was like, oh, okay. It's almost like I got Jedi mind trick. Like if you would have been like, you good. Like if you would have started any other way, I probably wouldn't have responded.
Yeah.
But it was sports. So I was like,
if I've got one thing I'm good at in these situations, it's being the your normal life still exists guy.
Yeah. Because I just couldn't get to, I mean, poor DJ. Like, I finally talked to him, but like, I mean, he's in my ring, seeing all my steps. I was like, but he's good. He's good, man. He gets it. That dude is a lover. So,
yeah.
He's probably getting on a flight to Tuscaloosa. They got big things, man. Vandy, and he couldn't double dip. He had Dom at Vandy, and then he's got Teddy and Ant at Notre Dame for Arkansas. And who'd Vandy beat the brakes off of last year?
Oh, it was Utah State.
Yeah, I think he picked Vandy. I'm like, shoot, you're not going to Fayetteville? He's like, no, I'll be in Tuscaloosa this week.
Maybe the 0-2 start was a little rough for the Domers.
No, you in on Vandy? I told you they were going to spoil a lot of people's season. I didn't see 5-0.
So that's what it depends on what you mean by in on Vandy, right?
Yeah.
Like, do I think they were going to be good? Yes. I wasn't sure because I'll be honest, that you get this thing in my head sometimes where I see people getting the too much too soon thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that might be happening with Pavia.
Yeah.
You know, you called it like dead on with Shannon Sharp like 2 years ago.
He's doing too much.
Yeah, you're like, he's doing a lot. Then we kind of had a crash out, you know. So I'm very.
You know who's on the verge of that?
Who's that?
Ryan Clark.
Oh yeah.
Slow down, man.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
You're not you can just kind of feel when you feel like the aura of invincibility.
Yeah.
You start to just say and do what
you get a little overexposed.
Yeah, to get you.
Yeah. I thought there might be a little of that with Pavia this year. And it seems to be working out okay, at least so far. And I'm conflicted here, right? Because I really dislike Bama as just an institution.
Yeah, but you're all in on DeBoer.
But I love DeBoer, right? So I think I can convince myself to root for Vandy because I want DeBoer to get out of Alabama. So, you know, in order for that to happen, he's going to have to take a couple L's. So I think if Vandy's one of them, that would certainly precipitate the exit, I think. I don't care what Vandy's ranked. Tuscaloosa is never going to be okay losing to Vandy.
Who do you think the best team in the country is?
Man, people are trying to talk me into Miami, and I'm not.
I thought you'd say Miami because you're on the Beck train.
I do like Beck. And Bain is holy cow.
And he's not alone. They got a pair.
Yes. They got a couple monsters down there. I don't think it's clear. I probably do lean Miami. I think. I don't know, man. It's hard. I don't think it's Ohio State.
Doesn't feel like it.
But we didn't think it was last year either.
Yeah, they're not as good as they were last year.
For sure. But I also think the field isn't necessarily as good as it was last year at the top.
Yeah.
So I could look at them and be like, hey, they're not as good as last year. I don't even know if they're the best team in the country. And if, you know, in January, mid-January, wherever the national championship, they're like, oh, back-to-back national champs, they'd be like, well, okay. Like, I wouldn't be stunned by that, right? There's probably, I don't know, how many? 8 teams, maybe 6-8 teams that if you told me they won a national championship, I wouldn't be blown away.
Gosh, I kind of would. I can't pick one, but 8 seems like too
Does
many.
8 seem high?
Who do you see putting together 3 big-time performances together in a row.
So Miami, on the table or no?
Probably on the table.
Okay. Ohio State.
Yeah.
We know they can do it. I know you're iffy about Oregon because you don't love Lanning
3 in a row
for the Big Ten.
Yeah. I put Oregon in.
Okay, Oregon. I don't think Oklahoma.
No Mateer.
Yeah,
Hurts.
because they're gonna. I mean, there's.
Although, what they wait on the surgery for? They got to be able to just drum up a hand specialist, don't they?
You would think, unless they thought if they got the right guy, it'd be a shorter recovery and offset the. I don't know. So no on Oklahoma. I say no on A&M.
No. 3 in a row? No.
I think no on Penn State. I don't think I'm buying Penn State 3 in a row.
I don't either.
How do you feel about Ole
Offensively,
Miss?
they can't score. So at some point, Ole Miss offense has to fail, doesn't it? It's so hodgepodgey.
Yeah, you would think.
Although Chambliss, I mean, listen.
I feel like Chambliss might paper over some of.
He is a playmaker.
Yeah.
So I think probably the top 2. I don't know. I think the top 2 teams in the country right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida State is going to give Miami all they want. I don't like the matchup just because I just look at the styles.
Yeah.
So Florida State's going to be right there.
Yeah.
Even though Florida State's coming off the poor performance against UVA. I think it's Oregon. I think it's Miami.
Georgia?
I like Georgia.
I think Georgia could win 3 in a row.
I think Bama.
I think I like Ty Simpson a lot.
Bama's offense looks like Bama offense of old.
Ty Simpson looks really good.
I mean,
that dude can sling it.
And he's sharing the rock, too.
So that's 1, 2, 3.
So here's the
we're
thing
at 5.
about. I wish I knew more about Oregon defensively. Because offensively, I'm telling you, I was impressed because Penn State is good defensively.
Yeah.
And they controlled a lot of that game.
Yeah.
But I can't get a beat on Oregon defensively. Just because, I mean, Penn State, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what I don't know what Penn State was doing.
I asked somebody on Monday, I think it was Monday, if they thought Kotelnicki would rather have Prabula right now than Aller, even if Aller is overall a better quarterback. And I think the answer is yes.
I do. Oh, he could do better. He can do more.
Yeah, he can do more of what Kotelnicki wants to do.
A lot more
right?
Creative. Yeah.
But so I don't know what to do with Penn State's offense, but I think they're a no. What do you do with Texas?
I just can't get over the guy that I liked.
How bad Arch is?
I wouldn't say
bad is aggressive. Bad's aggressive. Bad's aggressive. How underwhelming Arch has been.
Yeah, but I do think defensively they'll
really,
stay in the game.
Really good.
Yeah. My gut says I'd put Oregon 1. My gut says because I look at the way Ohio State plays, and I look at them offensively, and I'm like, I'm not as little as I know about Oregon's defense, I don't look at Ohio State and think, oh, they would give Oregon problems. Now, a team I think could give Oregon problems is Bama because they would spread Oregon out.
Yeah.
And Bama can play catch. So those guys running after the catch against Oregon would concern me a little. And, 2 of Oregon's best players are pups.
Yeah.
So, but I would.
You think Oregon won?
Yeah. I'd probably put Oregon 1. I do like Miami's pretty complete.
Miami's pretty good.
They got good special teams. They can run the rock.
Is your biggest holdup Cristobal?
Yeah.
I mean, because he
100%.
He's shown he struggles.
Well, and they got arguably the best offensive line in the country.
Yeah, and maybe it's one of the best defensive lines. It's up there.
Yeah. So I mean, I could see.
I know you like Texas defensive line a lot, but
I do.
Miami's not far behind.
No, I get it. They've shown that they can at least be formidable against the run too. So ideally, like if I could piece it all together, I would take Oregon's offense. I'd take Ohio State's defense. I'd take Bama's offense. I'd take Miami's defense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take much from Georgia. I would take Penn State's defense.
I'd maybe take Kirby Smart from Georgia.
Yeah. Although he can't against anybody but Bama.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You know.
But if I'm talking about like guys that have, if I'm not doing matchup specific, I'm just guys that have been there and know how to do it. I'm probably taking Ryan Day or Kirby Smart.
Yeah, I wonder what a guy like Kiffin would do with. He would be a menace with Bama skill guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he was a menace with Bama skill guys, right? Like that.
He's got top flight wide receiver. His quarterback's still coming along. I need a few more pH, but I need a little more litmus on Ole Miss.
Is Chambliss just gonna not miss a beat? Like, is he just gonna?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
If there's a guy that has been able to stockpile and get quarterbacks to play well, it's Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, he's figured it out.
No, you're exactly right.
But we sort of thought that about Sarkisian.
Yeah, and I mean, how crazy is college football that you don't? It's what we said, but all offseason, I said it's just gonna be one of those years.
Yeah,
right. And I think it starts at quarterback. I mean, pick a winner. I mean, is Washington beating Maryland?
I would say yes.
They're laying 5.5.
I would say yes. I would take Washington over Maryland.
You need Washington to beat Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need Washington to beat Maryland.
And I think Washington's better. I do.
You feel better about Michigan?
Yeah, I think Michigan's good.
Michigan's pretty good.
I think Michigan's good. I think the Michigan game's funny, right? Because I think you're right. Michigan's better than we thought they were.
Which I said before the game.
You did. And I sat there and I go, I still think Nebraska should have won that game.
Yeah, I don't know about should have won, but very easily could have.
Yeah.
I struggle with should.
Sure.
I struggle with should, but.
So you know me, I think I know better than everybody else. So my thought process is if they had done the things I think they should have done, then they should have won the game. Yeah. Like forcing Underwood to beat you with his arm, things like that, right? But I do understand. And at some point, I've compiled a couple lists of questions.
Oh, hey guys,
what's up?
Ducci's gonna open.
Oh, there you go. Today?
Ducci's gonna. So, Pisons will open today for carry out only.
There you go.
Got to inch their way back
for sure.
Yeah, they're up against it
for sure.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I sit there and I go, okay. The reason I say should
go give that guy a hug.
Oh gosh,
Dooch.
Yeah. The reason I say should is because I think there were clear opportunities with Nebraska's strengths, and it wasn't just like, oh, if they had executed this a little better, executed that a little better. I think you sit there and you go, like, I think there's probably a part of John Butler, and I don't know him at all, and I'm probably wrong, but if I'm John Butler, I sit there and
you couch it
because
I like the white. Are those new?
Yeah, you want one?
Could I get away with white? I have a white Nebraska.
Yeah.
Zip up. I have a short sleeve and a long sleeve, and I screwed up the long sleeve in the wash.
And
I'm like, do I want to go back to white?
I
rock the gray one. I rock the black. I don't love red.
Yeah.
I mean,
you wear it.
Yeah. I don't like the way I look in it.
Can I tell you a little secret?
Absolutely.
People with our skin tone look really good in white.
Well, maybe that's it.
Yeah. That's part of the reason. I think I look great in white.
Wait a minute. Am I back in yours? What?
I mean, we're in the neighborhood.
Oh, man. You don't get, I came back to racism.
We're like, no, there was unity. We're the same.
Unity. U-N-I-T-Y. Unity. Oh, shoot.
But no, if I'm John Butler, I'm probably sitting there and been like, yeah, I would have liked to make Underwood beat me with his arm more.
Yeah, it's a couple mulligans.
Yeah.
But the shoulda thing.
I know shoulda's hard.
I would like to see him play it again. I mean, Nebraska's going to make some wrinkle. They've got a couple of chain coming on Saturday, and so.
You know what's funny is I thought all offseason, hey, you want to get Underwood before he develops, before he gets good, and now I'm thinking I think 4 weeks from now Nebraska's going to be a lot better.
Well, they got a chance.
You know what I mean?
If they stay if they get healthy,
yeah, and
develop on the back end,
because you see some guys coming along.
Yeah, they got 2.
Yeah,
that I know for sure. And you need one more D lineman.
Yeah,
because I think the linebacking core is going to get. I'm
really high on Dawson Merritt.
I'm almost positive they're going to get better.
I'm really high on Dawson Merritt.
So
I know he only
and
played a few snaps
I
against
take
Michigan.
Ogo at his word about their versatility too, because I think, you know, we're getting the wrong message, but the right outcome. The message is that I think the narrative is, and I should ask this to Bruntz. The narrative is, you know, Nebraska was, they felt this, they felt that, and so they're motivated. I look at it more like I think they know that there's more out there.
Yeah.
It's not so much what Michigan did.
That's what Nebraska didn't do.
It's Nebraska knows that they think that there's more out there for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they went back to the drawing board. It's not so much, man, Michigan.
They diced us up. And,
but I think that's kind of the narrative.
I think publicly, yes, I would agree.
But that's
not how I feel about it at all.
It's not how it is. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just telling you.
I mean, I probably watched that. I probably watched Michigan, Nebraska 4 times.
Yeah. So you know what I think actually happened?
Yeah.
And because we did a couple of similar things. I coached with a head coach that we'd won.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't. It's kind of been ugly, and you know, he said, listen, if we want a big picture, if we want to go play for everything,
mm-hmm.
we have to make a few changes. And people on the outside may be like, well, you're 3-0 or you're 4-0
mm-hmm.
or whatever we were at the time. He's like, yeah, we're not playing for the regular season. I actually think, and I know people can't handle it, but I don't really give a what. I think Nebraska figured more out about themselves playing Michigan going forward, big picture, than I think we probably realize. Because I think they think Michigan is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their barometer.
Well, I mean, they keep trying to tell us, right? Like, hey, that's an elite front. You know, they'll break it down into sections for us, but
you know, we'll see what happens on Saturday with Michigan State, but I mean, that's the starting point. I like the total where it was 50.5.
Let me check here. I know the spread got up to 11.5.
I think it's 10.5. I think that's right.
Did it bounce back down? No, it's still 11. It opened at 10.5. It's down 11.5. The total is 47.5.
Okay.
I'll take it.
That's way down.
Yeah, let me see.
Are you sure?
It started at 53.5. It is currently at 47.5.
Mm.
So that's interesting because the line has gone up from 10.5 to 11.5, and the total has gone down from 53.5 to 47.5.
Mm.
So they're saying that's what, a 28-17 game, somewhere in that neighborhood. That puts you at 45.
Yeah.
28-17, somewhere in that.
You know, 31-20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right around there.
I'll be honest, I was a little surprised that the line started as high as it did.
Yeah, I'm not.
I thought like 6.5, 7.5.
So I think there's a handful of reasons why. Number one, I think Nebraska, not necessarily coming off the bye, but coming off the bye.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Vegas can't read into this, but this is why I felt like the line is right.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off the bye with Nebraska feeling motivated versus dejected is, I think, key.
Mm-hmm.
Give those guys a week because one thing I know they really, 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 really spend a lot of time doing is what do we do well? What do we not do well? Let's carve that out. Let's figure out the pieces. Because that's the part I was most excited about. I said that from right after the game. I said, now this is the coaching part where you get to find how much was scheme, how much is players, and you get to coach it up, figure out what you can call, what you cannot call. I told you I felt great about Coach Rule. I wanted to find my answer, my diatribe in the first segment post-show Monday versus his press conference because I felt like we gave the exact same answer. I never even talked to him.
Yeah.
You know, so I was encouraged by that. And I also think, you know, Michigan State struggles to get after the passer.
Yeah.
And the back end is shoddy.
Has struggled as well, yeah.
But let me tell you a little bit of fool's gold. You believe in fool's gold?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. You have to have discipline because what you need to do is play the long game. You got to find a way to run the football. You have to find a way to run the football because you may be able to throw it around the yard against Michigan State, and we'll see what happens against Maryland because Maryland doesn't run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you could find yourself going back and forth with them.
Yeah, getting a shootout.
And so, but you have to have some discipline to work on you too. Now it's hard real time because conventional wisdom says, man, win the game. You do what you have to do to win the game.
Yeah, go win.
But the game within the game is, can Nebraska develop the run game?
How did you feel when Holgorsen said this week, hey, I don't look at balance as X amount of runs, X amount of passes. I look at it as getting the ball to a variety of people, however that happens.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's a guy that has had really good rushing football teams. So, and I know he can throw it. So I'll trust him. But I wasn't like.
I know that attitude-wise, that's not what you love.
I wasn't doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
But I get it, though. So, I mean, what would you do?
I mean, you know what I would do.
Well, I said this the other, the conundrum is your best player is your quarterback.
Yeah.
And you're good outside the numbers.
I was saying your next best group might be your receiver.
Now, you better figure out how that fits with your pass pro and what you need to do in November. But
what you talked a little bit about on Sports Nightly last night.
Yeah.
About making sure Dylan gets the ball faster and just say, hey, make them tackle us.
Yeah.
Right?
Again, it's almost like he's in my head. I told you the most alarming stat coming out of Michigan was 40 solo tackles.
I'll say solo tackles. Yeah.
40 solos.
Yeah.
So I was mortified. And I mean, and I kind of heard, some other people try to allude to it. They don't know why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
They just know that I said it.
So they think it's important.
But, you just ask. I asked Brandon Williams. He's like, damn.
That's a lot.
Ask MRI. It's like, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So if Dana wants guys to, if his job is to scheme guys to get one-on-ones,
he's been doing that.
You got to win one-on-ones.
Yeah. So what's the solve there, right? Is that on an individual, just like, hey, go make a play? Is it on?
It's not. So that sounds a little playgroundy.
Right. But like once you're in that spot, though,
that's what it is.
Because you've designed it. Like I get can sound playgroundy. You're right. But if you, like you said, it's Dana's job to say, hey, I got playmakers in a spot to do what Haney did in the hole, make a play one-on-one, right? Yeah.
Well, you saw the screen on third down. You saw
that entire drive. It happened 4 times, right? You get somebody on the outside.
Our guy against your guy.
You get him in a one-on-one. They won those. Nebraska didn't, right? So I guess that all it is just, hey, Ja'Cory Barney, you need to break a tackle.
Yes and
Isaiah
no.
Hunter, you need to break a tackle.
Yes and no. You do have to win one-on-ones, but schematically, though, you have to. So it's interesting. If I'm running quick game, spatial awareness is important. Like, where are people coming from? Where's big play potential? You're running the football, and it's like, okay, hey, on my cutback, I'm visualizing. I know I can't cut this back probably 2 or 3 gaps, but if I get it back 1, then I know I got to get right back vertical. Or if this thing hits play side and we execute, this is probably where my crease is going to be. Now, you don't want to be so robotic, but you do want to know.
So a lot of that can be on film.
Right.
Of figuring out. Because I don't think people know that. Like when you're talking about beating a guy one-on-one.
Yeah, where's help coming from?
Right. And typically a defense will have that systematically, right?
Are they trying to box this for me? Because if they're trying to box this to me, shoot, I know if I get outside, might be all
ready to go.
If they want it to spill and I get a vertical crease, shoot, that may be a house call. So I think knowing, how many times do you see a guy catch like a little stick route or a dig and he doesn't get up the field right away, or they catch a little look-in route or a little option route, and they go inside, but if they just would have went outside, or they go outside if they just would have went inside. Some of that is just feeling where –
I think a lot of people think it's instincts.
Yeah. Guys that are good after the catch, CeeDee Lamb is fan. CeeDee Lamb knows where coverage is.
Yeah.
He knows where all – that's why he's so good after the catch.
Yeah. Now, he's got the ability, right? Yeah. But there's a lot more homework involved.
Yeah. He knows where guys are coming from.
Yeah.
So it
makes him look supernatural.
So I think that's part of it.
I don't know that. I mean, I don't know that people know that. Like, I think when we think about making a play in space or making a play to beat a one-on-one, we think it's like all physical ability and instincts.
Yeah. No. When I say one-on-one, so it's not the same as, because sometimes people will just have better players than you.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's not the same as, hey, swinging out to EJ, let him get one-on-one, or swinging out to Mosey, let him go one-on-one. Like, you have to be schematically, you have to be a little bit more sound than that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I like duo and I like power and I like whatever gap, what are the ways that I can get to that? And how many ways can I get to it?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because in order to get to the one-on-one, you still have to execute all these other things.
Yeah.
It's not just about, hey, just swing it out to a guy and good luck.
Yeah, that's why I said it kind of sounds a little you do have to win your one-on-ones, but it's like
you also have to have, let's say, I mean, we saw this a lot last year, right? Like you have to have your wide receivers stick their blocks. And if you've got any kind of like pulling action from the offensive line,
typically big plays happen, especially on the ground. Like everybody's done their 1 of 11.
Yeah.
Now, and sometimes part of that is making a guy miss.
I'll say, but the ball carrier's 1 of 11 is what we're talking about, and that's where the one-on-one ends up being.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So that's a good distinction because it sounds playgroundy unless you're looking at everybody else on the field as well.
It's like, you run misdirection or counter. As a running back, I'm thinking, okay, if I get past this first wave, then what?
Yeah.
Like you have to kind of
like play the next step forward.
The spatial awareness. Like really good runners will tell you they almost never can read numbers. They see blurs.
Yeah.
And you run to space.
Yeah.
Right.
So you see like colors and blurs.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find the green.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I think, a lot of times that's why soccer players sometimes can make an easy transition. If you played soccer as a kid.
Yeah.
Basketball guys can see spatial awareness.
And you can tell the guys that navigate it better.
They can see things come open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I was coaching a guy that I knew was faster in like a one-on-one and could just get by a guy that could never get to the rim in a game. Drove me crazy.
Yeah, just couldn't probably see it, right?
Yeah, couldn't see once he got past his initial defender.
Yeah.
He would get stuck at like 17 feet. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, knock that off.
No, I get it.
Which I think is the frustration a lot of Nebraska fans have when we see a run go for 4 yards and we're like, oh, if he had just done this.
Yeah, so because I think, what you're fighting as coordinators is Coach Queen and I have this conversation all the time. And sometimes you want to say, man, you just got to make that play. But then there's the coaching part of you, and it's like, how can I best ensure that he makes that play?
Yeah. You're trying to, it's the same thing like anything else in coaching, right? You're trying to put your guys in the absolute best position you can to help them succeed. And then at some point they have to do it. Right.
So I think that's the beautiful thing about it, and whether it's a mobile quarterback or a not mobile quarterback or can't let Frazier get, there's lots of things that Nebraska is going to have to do. I think schematically to play the long game, but you can't forget you have to win the week. So the balance is, man, I'd love to play the long game, but if it takes throwing the ball 46 times to win, I'm gonna throw the ball 46 times.
Yeah,
and we're just gonna have to rock with that because that's the way it goes.
Hey, Dana said it. Not gonna play the calls that aren't working.
Yeah, that's just the way that it goes.
Yeah. As we said, coming up on the show today, Michael Rose-Ivey coming up at 8. We've got our guy Brian Edwards at 8:45. We will have Bruntz at 9 o'clock, and then we'll have my guy Evan Stone at 9:40. Do a little Big Ten whip around. He likes his gambling as well. We can talk a lot of college football with Evan.
Hey, how about the week I had?
Yeah, you had some pretty good calls. Yeah, man. It was almost even better. A couple people could have pulled it off for you. Iowa, I'm looking at you.
Man,
come on, Iowa.
Listen, so you talk about conflicted because I'm pissy. I'm angry. I'm like, all sorts of things are going through my mind. I was like, if you guys could just spoil Cignetti's smirk, I'll get through to the next day.
Just give me one. Just give me one.
You shank a 20-some yarder,
man.
You hit 60 against us.
I know.
Off a deflection.
I know.
You shanked that thing?
You get that thing out in a blizzard from 65, and somebody tips it.
I was like,
it's going through against Nebraska. Cignetti, they're from 18 yards out. See ya. No thanks. What are we doing?
How about the chintzy roughing the passer?
I know, man. Dude, there was some roughing the passer, some targeting, some no targeting. Big Ten had a little had some trouble this weekend.
Man, listen.
Had some issues.
Let's get it.
We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You have to treat them like everyone else. So that's my biggest thing is consistency. You know, all of a sudden you don't just flip a switch, right? So typically in high stress situations, you fall back on your training. And if your training is mindful and disciplined, that's what you're going to do during a match. I would say someone like her, I honestly want to see how she is during like 4th and 5th sets, because then we might see more of her tendencies. I think 1st and 2nd set, that kind of attack, they're going to hit everything, probably at full force. And you just kind of have to roll with the punches. But 4th and 5th set behavior, that's going to be more on my mind of if the game does go long, like what does she want to hit that's comfortable?
Yeah, I think our stories are so similar to each other. Obviously, we both graduated. I know we graduated 7. I don't know what their exact number was, but like they graduated a lot of seniors, and we both introduced a new setter this season. And I think there's a lot of growing pains with that of like trying to learn like how to connect, what set works best for this person and that person. And so I think we've seen a lot of that from both of our teams this year of and then just trying to figure out like what your identity is. Like I think early on this season we struggled to end sets and find ways to win, and they kind of did some of that early on this season as well. And like you've seen like both of our teams like grow and mature and kind of learn who we are and where we can be successful. And now all of a sudden you've seen us both kind of start sweeping teams and start finding success in the 20s. And obviously like what they did against Florida to come back in the first 2 and then like be ahead the whole time in the 3rd was again just like a show of growth of a team and a culture. And I think really highly of Tom. I've kind of known him from afar from our times in the Carolinas together, and so I think he'll do a great job there.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, we're making progress, you know, just from where I knew where we were last year for the last, you know, quarter of the year. You know, I knew where we were then, and we've put in an awful lot of work since then, you know, and so there should be improvement. You know, it should look better. The numbers should be better. There should be improvement there. So, and we are, but just not where we're at to the point to where we can beat a Michigan. And I'm talking like we got our tail kicked, you know, we lost by 3 points. But just the down in and down out, what it needs to look like, and it needs to improve. And I just think with these 2 weeks of practice, I think it's going to improve.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you, if you're out on the roads this morning, keep those eyes up and those phones down. Don't get distracted. You've got one job as a driver, and that is to drive. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Phantom Husker says, where do football teams go to get new uniforms? New jersey. I don't know what that was.
A joke?
I get that. I just kind of felt like it was out of nowhere. Thought he was asking a real question, and I got caught up in a dad joke. I don't know what happened there.
It's kind of funny. I mean, I laughed a little bit.
Well, you are a dad, so dad jokes. Maybe it's.
No, I'm funny.
Oh, is that it?
No. That was funny. See how easy that was?
You have your moments.
I know.
You have your moments.
The gas station I go to every single morning, the lady that works there, she always tells a dad joke.
Does she?
Yeah, every single morning.
So would it just be a mom joke?
It could be.
Oh, well. You did say she, right?
It is a she, yes.
Well,
making some assumptions here. We don't know.
2025, I better not.
Never know.
No, she's a nice lady. So
is she?
Can I
Is that
that's the one
is that the one just north of you?
Just down the street, Casey's.
Oh, the one over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that lady's cooler than a fan.
Yeah.
She's there in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is she the one that's like, your total will be $1 million?
Yes.
She ain't never. Listen, that lady acts like she had never had a bad day. Always talking about her grandbabies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys talk to your gas station attendants more than I do.
No, she's legit.
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't need the $1 million joke.
So I mean, truth be told, I don't even stop that way anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's too much of that.
Yeah.
So I hit the little quick shop across the street from me.
Yeah.
On Harrison.
But
that dude is nuts too. You know what he's got on his tag, and this is mess around to be his real name.
Is that the guy? Is that the guy that's from the same family as like the pay that man his money?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're down the street.
Oh, okay.
I can't rock with them anymore.
Why not?
They changed ownership.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so it's not the same. Although it is vastly cleaner in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
It is legit clean.
I think they might have sold because they're taking over a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
Like they're taking over a bunch of the.
Who's they?
The Mega Savers.
Yeah.
They're taking over a bunch of one of the gas station, one of the not QT, Quick Trip maybe.
It is super clean in there now.
Yeah. Listen, I appreciate a clean gas station.
Yeah, but they stopped serving some of the good stuff.
Oh, some like the snacks or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not taking over the Quick Trip. The Quick Trips are just giving out. If you really want to get into it, they're moving away from that area. So, and they sell it off to the Mega Savers. That's what they're doing.
Because there's them and Maverick is new.
I've never heard of Maverick.
They've like in the last month I've seen like 8 of
one
them
of our
pop
punt
up.
coverages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Omaha guy.
I don't know why we call it Maverick.
Top Gun. You're not a Top Gun guy.
I like Top Gun.
Do you?
Yeah, I like the original. I didn't see.
Second one's good.
Nah, I doubt it.
It's really good.
Really?
Yeah. I like them both, but the second one's really good.
Nah, first one was legit.
First one's legit. I'll take it,
Yeah.
We're out here, right?
Juan says he has a question. What's your question, Juan? I can't see you raising your hand.
Yeah, it's true. Whatever you got. Oh, Come and Go. Sold to Maverick. Thank you, Todd. Come and Go. Sold to Maverick.
What is Maverick?
It's a new brand of gas stations. I don't know. I think they existed outside of this area.
Can't whatever happened to just like Amoco and Phillips 66 and Shell and.
Well, those are the people that provide the actual gas.
Well, why can't I'm a Phillips 66 guy.
Do they even have those anymore?
One on 120th and Fort.
Yeah.
There's one on about 80th and Giles.
Oh, apparently Steve says Mavericks are fantastic. It's their go-to on their trips out west.
Oh, so they're west?
Yeah. So I think they're moving. They're moving on in, moving to the east.
He's got to be pumped, man, with hockey right around the corner. And he's kind of bougie, too. Have you ever seen his yard?
Steve? No, I haven't.
Yeah, Steve gets his mo game right.
Every once in a while, he'll hit me up on Twitter, but he hasn't hit me with this.
It's immaculate.
He hasn't hit me with. Oh, he did like last week, I think. He
probably moved like maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah. So he had to work on the lawn.
Yeah, it looks legit.
I think last week he did send us a lawn pic on Twitter. I think he He's like, oh, I got it looking good again.
Hey, that is not a question for me, Juan. He said, I think I met my soulmate today. How do I tell my wife? I don't know. Get that over with in a hurry, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's a Band-Aid situation.
He said on the western side.
On the west side?
Maverick? I've never heard of Maverick.
Yeah, no, I had never seen one until like a month ago.
See, Scott knows what time it is. They stopped selling that, though, Scott.
Oh, I've never heard of crispy, crunchy
I only
chicken.
like one piece, and it's the wings. Their wings were fantastic.
Really?
They were whole, yeah. But
you know me, I'm a drummy guy.
Nah, man, it's overrated.
I love drummies.
Overrated. You know, Supermercado on Wednesday says cheap chicken Wednesday.
Oh, do they?
You get 8-piece for like $6.99.
We used to go to the Supermercado all the time.
I love this. Well, there's one by the barbershop.
Yeah.
Yeah, right when I get on the interstate.
Back when we lived on 10th Street, we spent a lot of time at Supermercado.
And
that was the closest grocery store, I think.
Did not cut my hair this week, so we'll be going Friday.
Yeah, got to get it all lined up.
I was not about to sit and have my barber just grill me.
Yeah. I get it. You know, it's a little public for you at the moment. I understand.
Stayed my little behind. Waited till the game to get our tails kicked. So that was fun.
Well, you know, at least you got some fresh air. I don't know.
I told you that quarterback was good.
He was. Yeah, he was quick, man. Quick. That was
his poise.
I don't think you know what Eckler's talking about with the fart in the skillet till you see it. That kid sure was.
Poise. How about him getting down?
Yeah. He did a good job.
Yeah, I know.
He did.
I know.
Sorry, I don't need to tell you.
It's cool.
We'll talk to Michael Rose-Ivey coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing every week. Sometimes you get hit in the mouth, and whether it's, them or, honestly, I don't think that everything was them. I would put a lot of it on myself, and, not being able to, get the football out, I need to make sure that I help them out with that. So I would be careful putting all of it on them, just because it's not just those 5 guys, but it's the receivers, it's the running backs, and ultimately it's me. So I'll take that one, and I know we'll learn from it and be better.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Michael Rose-Ivey, former Husker, current high school coach. MRI, how we doing this morning?
Doing great, fellas. It's Thursday. One more day till game day.
Man, listen, how you been, man? Doing okay?
Doing great. We got a 5-0 right now. Got a big game this week. It's a pretty big spread team. Reminds me of old Missouri spread.
Oh, hey, Corby Jones, Missouri?
No, Chase Daniels.
Oh, or he was tough.
They're four receivers, 5 receivers, quads, end over. They do a little bit of everything. So gonna be a fun ball game. Hopefully, we can get after.
Does their QB run?
Not a lot. Which, hey, thank you.
Yeah, right. Listen, 2-man, here we come. No,
hey, look, 2-man rush forward. Let's start it up front.
Oh, shoot. Spoken like a true coach. I love scheme. Let me go back to last week real quick. MRI it was a little disappointing, and then obviously I got sidetracked. But obviously the point of the clips from FSU obviously were similarities in philosophy, and it was basically so we could get out of the compare and contrast. Were you surprised, or did you just chalk it up to social media that we couldn't really handle what the gist of that conversation was?
Nah, not shocked. Not shocked.
Because if we
everyone
landed the plane that you just need better players, I was like, that's not you could always use better players. That's not really the point, but okay. Did we lose MRI?
Right, exactly. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. There you go.
You got me? Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, everybody has their narrative kind of already picked out, man. You know how that goes. And I think at the end of the day, like you said, it's not about, obviously, we can always get better players, but scheme is scheme. I mean, execution is execution. And man, I think that's all you're asking.
Oh,
it's break.
We still got you there, Michael?
It's a little choppy.
You got me?
Yep, there we go. Wherever you sit still right there when you say you got me, that's where we got to be. You be like this on the computer. Don't move. Slow down. Don't move. Don't drive.
You got me now?
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, but everybody's got their narrative. That's the biggest thing. Everybody got their narrative already set. Not really interested in talking the ball part of it. That's why you got to keep shouting out to the masses until they finally get it.
When we're talking about some things that we're getting a little echo. Some things that can bother you with Chillis and getting outside the pocket. I don't know if you like Frazier at the running back spot or how they want to start with the run game, but let's start with, if you're Nebraska, what you would like to see to help neutral so they don't get the ground game going.
Stuff the box. I mean, again, if we have the DB we say we have early on, again, as Charles, comes out and has a great performance and throws for 75% and has a 300. I mean, I think that's where our strength is. So let's lean on that a little bit, right? Let's get a little bit closer to the box and be faster with our fits. Obviously they can throw the ball over the top, but again, if we got the guys in secondary we say we have, as far as coverage guys, then let's see those guys operate one game where we're being super aggressive in the run. And if we get a big play in the pass, you'll take one or two of them, as long as we get them tackled down the ground. But just want to see them be more aggressive in the run fit. Force their hand, make them be a passing team, get them in second and long, third and long situations.
Michael, as you look at kind of the differences between Michigan and Michigan State, I think a lot of people kind of go to the low-hanging fruit of both mobile quarterbacks, although I actually think Childs is kind of more dynamic with his legs than Underwood is at this point in his career. And then Michigan State, obviously, I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, has a much better receiving core than Michigan did.
He's a top 2 round guy.
Yeah. For Nick Marsh.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at Nebraska, does that concern you at all when you're saying, hey, because that was my philosophy against Michigan, hey, load up on the run, make Underwood beat you with his arm. Does that give you any more pause considering some of the differences between Michigan and Michigan State?
And Marsh looks like a day 2 guy, doesn't he? I mean,
yeah. Well, I don't know what grade he is in, but yeah, he get out of school, son.
The sophomore, I think. I think he still got one more year.
He may have one more year. All right, we'll come back. We'll have him for one more year. I'll say this. I think the difference is this. I think Aiden Childs is definitely a obviously more experienced and seasoned version of Underwood, but I think with more athletic ability with his legs. So I think he tends, at least for me, I think he might be able to do some things more with design runs, schematically, than I think Underwood might be able to do, especially this early in his career. So I think that's where the biggest difference for me is. And I think I think Childs is a good passer, but again, last week when you see USC put a lot of pressure on him, D-line linebackers, it was blitzing, it was coming after him. And he struggled to be accurate in those type of situations, when they were in man-to-man. Outside of really the time that guy fell down, USC was in some good situations. So I'd like to see the place man-free. Let's shoot the backers in some gaps. I want to say the S word, right? We're going to stun a little bit. Let's create some freaking havoc,
The number one stunner. I like
You
it.
know, that's what we need, man.
Who who bothers you more, number one or number six?
Ooh, 6 to move the sticks, but one for the big play. I think
Yeah.
six a good. I mean about 6'2", 6'3". Marsh, I believe.
Yeah, Marsh is a
Yeah,
big boy. Kelly's a
yeah.
small guy.
That was good though.
Kelly's small guy, but he's gonna be the guy I think that's gonna kind of be that diamond or that chess piece, right? They can move around a little bit, put in the slot, can play outside too. You get him on those middle screen, tunnel screens, bubbles, things like that. Um, I think they both equally have their skill sets. I think that if you're Butler, right, you want to see your, so-called NFL caliber DBs go up against and have consistently good reps against. Um, but again, I think Kelly probably is the guy probably with both have a color jersey at practice DB. You know how that goes, but Kelly's probably the number one target. He's no more
Hey,
priority for sure.
you're gonna be 6 this week. Like, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're gonna
Yep.
be.
And all you heard in the DB meeting was be physical with him.
Yeah. And you hate to
So,
hear Turbo do it again.
yep. Yep.
Yeah, you know you're getting smoked.
Yep.
So how about up front though? It seems like Nebraska can make some hay with this offensive line.
For sure. Yeah.
The goal is always to win the game.
Right.
But how do you guard against fool's gold being opponent specific? Because it's opponent specific.
I think obviously you have to watch out for that, but I think now you have 4 games. You know what I mean? You have 4 or 5 games of tape of seeing the team. So I mean, I think they've consistently shown it, even in the clips, these highlights of the Youngstown State game. Like there were some times, they were giving up pressures and things like that, and not just pass rush. Even in the run game, right? Guys crossing, guys, O linemen allowing guys to cross their face, to stop some runs. So I obviously again we don't want to get into the fall back into kind of the Oklahoma Michigan thing, like hey they did this so let's do this. But again, I think it's in our bag. I mean, it's not too far stretched, like we talked about during the bye week, right? For what we do, like, is this what we do? Is this who we are? And obviously, reports coming out of the bye week, they got some things settled down. So, I would like to see them. I would like for them to go in the game believing, hey, we are no worse than either teams you guys face. We should be able to have the same results against you. And I think maybe is that confidence, is that arrogance coming off of Michigan? I don't know. But if everybody's as pissed off as they say they are, right, I want to see hair on fire attacking what looks to be a unit that has struggled to, keep cheap Childs from off the ground in the pass game, but also give up a lot of run pressures too. So I want to see attack. Let's go attack. If it's fool's gold, it's fool's gold. We'll still pay with it.
That's a great line.
Oh man. So MRI, it's interesting too because I think sitting on a loss with all those narratives that were coming out, for a play. Now this is players and coaches. Like that's easy motivation, right? It's like,
Right.
we took the L. People think this. We're gonna show this, and so. But then there's this thing where it's like you listen to the press conferences and you're going to get the collective eye roll. And I'm thinking to myself, for people out there, what I'd like for them to understand, and they don't have to buy it. It's when coaches talk about being upset or, an intense week of practice, a lot of that is set by the players sitting on the loss, right? It's not just coach speak because it's a bye and you want to get tougher and all these other things. Like some of that is just because players' temperaments, like they want to get after it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you're walking around campus, you're going to class. I mean, you having conversations with family and friends. Like, people are talking, especially with, kind of where Nebraska is and kind of our reassemblance, I guess, to the national stage that we're kind of trying to trend towards. So obviously you hear everything that everyone's saying, you read everything as much as people, want to say they don't or they kind of avoid it. It gets to you somehow, right? So that week of practice, I mean, there is no scoreboard on Saturday, right? There is no game, right? So you're truly, truly focused on you, right? A lot of coaches, you hear coach speak, right? Hey, it's us, it's about us, it's about us. Well, during the season, it's kind of got to be about the opponent too. What are they about? What do they do? So that bye week gives you an opportunity to reset, refocus. get back to what you maybe emphasized earlier in the season, but also be able to, reach, shift some things, right, and change some things. So again, the players sitting on that loss and being hungry, and obviously hearing what people are saying, and just not even hearing, just watching the film and seeing the mistakes they made and getting the coaching correction they got. That's important, right? So again, you say it's coach speak, but some of the most physical practices came during those bye weeks that I can remember, right? Because we had that time off, right? And we had that focus on just us and what we need to improve on to get better for the rest of the season.
Michael, you said something interesting there about, in season, like you always want it to be about you, but at some point you do have to think about the opponent. When you're looking at Michigan State, I think one of the things that I look at is, hey, this is a pass defense that struggled. This is a pass rush that struggled. If you're Nebraska, I'm sure you want to establish the run a little bit more than you have, but how much do you have to kind of weigh who they are versus what you're best at versus maybe trying to develop a different part of your offense?
I think if you got money in the bank, right, let's go get some more, right? So I think, right, the passing game is the money in the bank in my eyes on this game, right? We know we can pass on this team. We know we should be able to protect Dylan a lot better than we did last week. So let's try to emphasize the run game, because again, if it's not always about us, it's about who we're playing. We got more games down the road against teams that we're gonna have to be able to run the football when it gets colder, right? I mean, I don't know what Mother Nature is on, but she's a little late. It's 82 degrees out here in Kansas City, and it's October 7th.
We're getting 90 on Saturday. I almost cried. I'm like,
yeah, like I don't get it. I don't know what's going on.
I did see 70s next week, so that's encouraging.
Yeah, you got to watch for the week after. You never know. But we got to be able to run the ball right when it gets to November, December, and those games gets colder. And obviously, we're gonna keep, like Butler. I think Butler said it, or maybe it's Dane. I think in his press conference, every game, he's been in the Big Ten. It's been a 1 point game, right? And so we're gonna be in those close ball games where either you're gonna have to, get a drive, get downfield, get set for a field goal, or you're gonna have to be able to run the clock out and keep the other team's offense off the field. So we have to establish a run game, get more consistent in that. Obviously, I think we heard that we're gonna see a surprise or nothing we ever seen from a running back position as far as who the number 2 is. So I just hope it's action, less words, in that case, and let's see what we got. Right, we know we got Emmett, but let's see if we got someone else in the on the sideline that can help us get some more explosive runs. And I think even just some yards after contact, just more positive finishes on some runs and things like that we can get downhill. But yeah, I think we can pass the ball. I think we should be able to pass the ball this week, and the main thing should be, let's emphasize the run, knowing that we can always get out to our outside guys and RPOs, isolation routes, and then if we can get the run going, that's when things become fun, right? In Memorial Stadium, right? We can get those big play action shots from the 50-yard line, get Dane isolated right out there, get some of our other guys isolated, and then we can make those big plays in the passing game. But I think their focus has to be, let's get that run game going the best way we can.
So if you're trying to look at how you'd want to run the ball and you're Nebraska, we talk pistol versus offset, downhill, this inside zone, outside zone, gap scheme. If Michael Rose-Ivey wanted to be dealt fits with this wide receiving core, what wouldn't you want to see for Nebraska? What should they do? You know what I mean? MRI, if you're a defensive coordinator and they've got 4 good wideouts, a good tight end, and Dylan, what ground game would you least like to see?
I think until they prove they can run it, I would like to see all of it. Because I mean, in my eyes, I mean, if you got those guys, we're probably going to play coverage over run, right? Or our coverage is going to take us to our run fit per se, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll probably see a lot of split field, too high stuff, right? And if you've proven, right, on film 4 games, right, that hey, you struggle being able to run the football or create maybe some good enough push, right? Early on, let's light box it, right? We're gonna play with a light box. We're gonna cover guys, right? And then as things obviously you guys start picking up games, then we'll start to get closer into our fits, start to get more, guys in the box and things of that nature. But no, obviously, yeah. I mean, if I'm looking as a defensive coordinator, right? Again, if I feel like pass cover, especially as our weakness right now as a defense, right? I'm going to try to put as many guys in the pass coverage, right, this week, right, against a team that has wide receivers and a quarterback that can process right coverage and things like that at a high level. So I'm inviting you to run, right, and hoping that for one, you can't, or 2. you get bored with running the football, you get to passing, and now we're into our bracket type coverages, our things like that, and maybe we can confuse them with some looks and different creepers and pressures and things like that. So yeah, I light box it early if I'm a defense coordinator going against this offense.
You know what would be tough is if Nebraska got in like 20 personnel, but the second back was either Harburg or Lindemeyer or somebody
Yeah,
like that, where it allows you know what I mean, where
yeah. You kind of get the best of both worlds. You
you
get your
get
three receivers
you get your
spread out.
receivers out there, and you still can give some sort of two-back looks. And I know the
Yeah.
concept is similar with how they motion and use Lindemeyer on duo with Harburg, but
Mm,
I'm talking about some a little more traditional looking H-back offset kind
yeah,
of
like lead.
like king queen lead. Well, you know I'm a big lead.
Yeah.
Listen, against these defenses, any sort of lead or sprint is tough because it makes your adjusters have to play ball.
Right. Yeah, it gives conflict players, right? I mean, that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. I mean, each team has 11 guys on the field, DB, right? You know what I'm saying? But we got to cut the field in half somewhere, right, and make someone a run and pass defender, right, and put him in conflict and read him there. I mean, just
And
as
I know
simple as
they
pick
like
and
to
roll in
do it with
basketball.
RPO. I get it.
Right.
It accomplishes the same thing
Right.
schematically, but from a physicality standpoint,
Yep.
like that
Going back
wears.
to what we talked about last week. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think Ravi, you asked that question about the difference between running the ball and RPOs and just running it like downhills
Yeah,
last week. And
yeah.
goes back to that mentality. You know what I mean? Body punches hurt. You know what I mean? You wear on a guy long enough, right? Start to fold over, then we can try and take those headshots, right? So um the physicality of those lead plays, right? And I think Harburg and I think Lindenmeyer both think they can do those type of things. Again, I think is more so it ain't what is he trying to set up on the outside? Because I think that's what a lot of the run game is based on is what he's trying to set up on the outside. And there's no opinion on that. That's just a coaching philosophy. That's just what a coach does, right? Um, so again, I think it would behoove them to be able to run the ball with those more two back type of looks, true either under center or in pistol downhill type stuff. Definitely
And
help.
and I get it. The dilemma is taking one of your better receivers off the field, but I mean, just
Yeah,
you could easily do some version of 20 personnel
yeah,
and use it that way.
yeah. I mean, yeah, shoot. I mean, technically, should still be 11. I mean, you still got your three receivers
Yeah,
out
you
there.
can
So,
call
I
it
mean, it gives them
11.
options.
Just line him
Yeah,
up someplace different. You put him in the backfield.
right, right. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the option for versatility is there. Again, the guy with the main headset calling it into 15's got to, got to see that it's something that is worth value in their offense based on they're doing elsewhere.
MRI, would you rather see two back and kind of what DB's talking about with kind of an H back or more prototypical lead blocker, or would you like to see more two back where you get a little more versatility where either guy could get the ball? Like I understand that puts
You want to make
I get saying.
like Mosey or
yeah, because that would put
Nelson.
the defense in a different kind of conflict, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. We used to call it 20 speed, right? We had two backs in the backfield as personnel. And that's tough, right? Because, I mean, you can get to your cross action game. You can get into, if you have a traditional running quarterback, triple option type stuff.
Listen.
And even going out of that, the passing game, right? Now you got two backs on two linebackers, right? Maybe underneath that you can kind of work some type of combination. Even now with so much of the, motion to back out. Right, motion back out for the swing screen, going to the RPO. Now you still got a back still in the backfield to be able to run that type of stuff. I think that would, man, Ravi, you're actually on something. I wouldn't mind seeing Emmett and Mosey in that, and Mosey motion out, and now you got an option to throw him the ball on that.
He got that from me, MRI. Don't let him fool you.
See, that's what we be talking about, D, right there. Let him have his moment. Let him have his moment.
I'm sorry, damn it. Listen, I forget you're in the class. This is dad. This is dad, MRI. And you know what I want to say? I want to blame, complain, deflect, but and you're gonna be like, look, man.
I sound like me and my son's soccer practice, telling him to pass the ball. He refuses to pass the ball. So we're scoring goals, but the next thing is we got to get some assists. That's the
man. You say 20 speed, and it brings back nightmares. It was 2015, 2016. I'm at another school and we're playing this school, Millard West, and they had this quarterback. I think it was his name's not relevant, but it's Anajaska was the last name, and they got in 20 personnel all the time. Both backs could run it. He was fast. It makes it seem like the edge is set by your guards. Like that's how quick it's on you.
I think the other thing is too,
it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, this other thing too that I didn't really think about. I mean, traditionally these linebackers, like in this generation, see cross action from a tight end and a running back on two different levels. So it's kind of easier to see through the tight end and to the back, right? Now you go back to that cross action with them both at the level of the quarterback, and that's a whole different read there to a certain extent, right? Just because the depth of it and the different gaps that they can go into. Like not too often you see a tight end go from the opposite C gap to A gap, B gap, right? It's usually always to the edge, right? But with that backside lineman now, he has access to enter into A, B, C, D, and go opposite of the action too. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do there. I mean, we used to. I mean, I know back maybe it's more 21 too, but I mean that inverted power read that Taylor freaking killed. I mean, we were in 20 speed a lot with Rex and Amir back there.
You
even
know
have the little triple option now for it too.
You know how short that edge is?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's on you like right now.
Right there. Yeah. And you got to make a decision. It's tough.
Let me ask you, let me flip over back defensively real quick, because I brought this up to you. This might have just been between you and I. I don't know if it was on air. No, it was on air. We were talking about the conflict between fitting out of quarters, fitting in man.
Yeah.
And kind of Coach Rule didn't seem like he loved to want to play quarters and fit in the run game out of it. But where do you think Nebraska ideally would fit in the run game if they're going to play coverage? You think it is? Man is tough, but they want to play man.
And that's and I sent you that video on that dent technique. And this is where, man, I don't want to get too like schematical here because we can't really draw it up. But you have to find a way. If you're gonna, and they like playing cover two, they like playing quarters, right? Right. If you're gonna do that, especially more with cover two, right? You're gonna have to steal a gap, right? You're gonna have to steal a gap because your force player is coming from your outside part of your defense, right?
Put him on the move?
Yeah. So in cover two, you can spill that, right? Because your force player's outside. Quarters, you can spill that because your force player's outside, which mainly is a linebacker. Man is where it gets tricky. Where and cover three, we're not a big cover three team, but any one high, right, where you have that safety up top.
They may have to put that in their bag later on in the season.
No, I definitely agree, especially in their man situations, right? Because if you're playing straight force and man, right, your fits have to be perfect. I mean, they got to be perfect. And what we don't account for, especially when you look at, that Michigan run down the hash on the last one, I think with Marshall was kind of burning.
You and I went through that.
I think I went through it too many times. I have dreams about it, right? So, but when I'm looking at that,
I sent it to Ravi like 8 different stills.
Like when I think about that, right? The leverage of the guards, I mean, took away the angle for any of the backers to get over top. And right, like I said, in those man situations, right, you got to be dang near perfect. And so I think where you can still a gap or kind of get that ball to spill somewhat, or at least not get down the middle of your defense a little bit better, is by being able to dent it. Basically, you're taking on the block like a base block, right? So if I get an out block from it by tackle from an end, right, I'm gonna play the outside half of them, right, and squeeze it down inside. Very similar technique, but you're doing it on the run, right? You're doing it on the run, and then you're working to get inside and get vertical. So just eliminate vertical seams, getting the ball to bounce outside. A lot of info out there on the internet if you really want to talk, see more about it. But I think, like you said, I think it's something I think they can add into their arsenal. You can do that shooting cover two. You can do it in cover four. You can make it universal, honestly, if you want.
It's either got to be in the bag, or maybe I would just like it to be in the bag.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
We go through it every week, and it's
right.
Like,
yeah.
Like, do
yeah,
we?
even at the And even at the high school level, I mean, for us, like we started out like straight spill, like wrong garment, just running through, right? And we kind of got in the past 2, 3 weeks where now we got two things happen, right? We're getting more mobile quarterbacks, right? So if you're surfing and Denton, right, you can be 2 for 1, right? If I'm just getting straight inside zone, right, and I'm getting unblocked, I can take away the cutback of the
Wait
running
a
back
minute.
and
Who's teaching and who's playing surf technique at the high school level? I need to hire that guy.
look, if you give me a house on the beach in Lincoln, we can
Okay.
talk.
Okay. We've messed around with surf. It's tough.
It's tough, right? It's definitely tough. But it again, if it's the math, right? You're trying to steal 2 gaps, trying to steal that B gap and the C gap, right? You
And
know what I
yeah,
mean?
but you need a you also need we got a guy. We're trying we got a guy. I just talked to him the other day, Owen James, who
Hmm.
but what happens is sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. So yesterday, he didn't get in the B gap, and I said, "Hey, are you using your surf technique?" And he goes, "No, I just didn't get there." So
Mm,
like to flirt back and forth between it at that level, if you're
yeah.
pulling that off, and he's really good. Like
Hmm.
that's impressive. But the goal is to steal 2 gaps with one man.
Still 2 gaps. Yep. Still 2 gaps for 1 man. Change the math. That's what it's all about, especially when the quarterback gets added into the math, as we'll see on Saturday, right? So, like you said, I think it's there. I think we might see it this week.
I
I
hope
don't I
so.
don't see a lot of pulling action from Michigan State. They're a heavy zone. Like I mean they're even more than Michigan, right? As far
And
as not really pulling their
Nebraska can play
guys.
with twos too, so you may be a
Right.
little reluctant to pull
But
those.
other thing I thought about, and Ravi, I think maybe it was last week you asked about playing more base this upcoming week or more, keeping up with the stunts and movement and stuff like that. And I think this would be a good game to kind of see them just
Let's play it.
get off the ball, attack a man, play your gap, and let's play fast. Like again, I'm not looking down on Michigan State as opponent, but I feel like their O line is what their O line is. Just like everyone's saying, what our O line is, what our O line is, right? You are what you put on film consistently, right? Nothing more, nothing less. So I would love for them to come out, obviously get some pressure, but make it be through beating guys through your gap, right? Using your hands, getting off blocks. And Butler mentioned that the guys he doesn't feel like are getting off blocks as well as he would like. So I think that was probably a big emphasis for them as well during the bye week. So I would love for them to just play some base defense, play everybody has a gap, and just play fast.
Let me get you out of this MRI because now I'm all sorts of curious. Would you take violent hands or good feet on the D line if you had to start in the lab?
Violent hands. You
Okay.
can't teach it. You can coach it, but it'll never reach a level of somebody that just loves putting their hands on another man and taking them where you don't want to go.
Like
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? They'll never beat it. And I think you can teach footwork. A lot of that, man. Most of these kids that never jumped off that green box in the apartment complex, so they don't have the athleticism and flexibility we used to have. So you get them in the lab, you can get the feet and stuff, but the violent hands, especially these days, DB, you know how it
Is
is.
that a North KC guy talking?
South KC. Yep, yep. Hey, good old
It's
days.
like that mythical line going from south to north.
Yep, yep.
To west.
And you know the difference.
Yeah.
You know the difference.
I know when I
But it's
wanted
no different than
churches.
Omaha. It's
I
no
know when
different
I
than
wanted
Omaha.
church's chicken. I knew right where I must be on the east side. Hey,
Yep.
listen, jumping off boxes. You know who I think of, and he's still playing in the league, wrecking people today. Malik Collins' hands were unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
And the thing about him though, he has the feet too.
I called him a dancing bear.
Yeah, he has the
Was
feet
like,
too.
but his
I mean, he
hand
was
something else.
he,
He
he was
reminded
a
me like
30. I want to say he was a state champion wrestler his senior year. I think
he
he won
was.
state.
He
Yeah, it
was.
was like 30-5 or something like that.
Yeah, his hands though, like he just had really, really violent. It was like Miyagi, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he.
Yep. Yep.
It's just hard
Still doing it.
when guys can't touch you.
Yeah. Yeah. Or when you touch them, they move.
All right, buddy.
Man, appreciate you guys, man.
Anytime.
Good stuff as always. That's Michael Rose-Ivey, former Husker high school coach down there in Missouri.
I can't have him living in Lincoln, though.
What did I tell you I liked about Jalen George?
His hands.
It's the only thing I even saw.
Yeah.
Right? Because he wasn't practicing right.
When he's hitting that bag.
When he's hitting that bag, I was like, that looks different.
I am a little taken aback.
By which part? That he chose hands?
Mm-hmm. Like if I were to ask Vrzal, like he would say feet.
Well, especially for offensive linemen, right? You want the feet from the offensive lineman probably more than anything.
I'm gonna take. I think D-line. I'm taking hands.
Yeah.
I just am.
Well, I mean, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, I feel like if you have a base level of athleticism, you can teach the footwork.
So as long as can we use random footage? I want to talk about the technique I was talking about versus the run out of coverage.
Oh,
you know that MRI we're talking about?
And yeah.
Because I think Nebraska it's got to be what's next in their run fitting evolution.
Yeah.
Now,
can you find a high school version of it on Huddle somewhere?
I might.
Because if we can use that.
Okay.
We can use high school. We can't use anything on like that the Big Ten owns or anything like that. We got our wrist slapped a little bit.
Sticklers.
Yeah. The Big Ten is
well,
pretty.
How are other people doing it? Should we tell on them?
I think somebody told on us. Yeah.
No, I know.
So
it's fine.
Listen, some people don't like us out here winning. It's all right. We'll find another way.
I mean, we're out here, right?
It's where the magic happens. No, so
it really, really, really matters. And I'm telling you, like Coach Queen and I talk about it all the time. There'll be times it's so finite, and I think it's high level football guys, right? So it's Coach Queen, Coach Lamont. We'll run these plays, and Coach Lamanji will say, "Hey, I want to see it again. This X gap was open." And in my head, I'm thinking, it's really not. He's got a two-way go, and it's a cutback. But it's the whole gapping out philosophy versus trying to play one gap or play two gaps with one guy.
Okay, gotcha.
Because in theory, on the back end, we always want to try to be +1. Along the D line in an odd front, you have to account for things. So it becomes a math thing.
Yeah.
So it's just fascinating. And I learn something almost different every day, right? See than our offense or their offense or, other offenses that we see. And I just kind of add it in the bag. And I know that especially at that level, like if I could just teach it 20 hours a week and that's all you did, and I get to send you iPad stuff, and I know they can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, sure as I'm sitting here, if you don't want to change personnel, there's a couple subtle things that they can do, and I bet you they have it in the bag. But they like to play so much man. Man is tough.
So I was going to ask about that because I think one of the things that we've talked a lot about, at least I guess the narrative has been.
You know who we should have on? He hates the radio.
Who's that?
Coach Queen. We argue about this.
Yeah. The man versus zone thing?
Daily. He loves man. And he's super smart.
It's hard though.
But you do run into some conflicts.
You're giving some things up.
You do run into some conflicts.
But we heard Coach Butler talk about it this week too, where he goes, "Hey, you're never really going to challenge receivers physically in zone."
Yeah.
Which is also true, right?
Correct.
Here's my question. I think that's something that's been brought up a lot is it feels like guys aren't rallying there's not like a bunch of guys around the ball.
Do you know what that is?
What is that?
So most people, who told you that? This is where MRI would chastise me that I'm belittling you.
It's a thing that's kind of been out there.
Okay. Do you know what I think that is? It's not so much. Somebody said this to me when I was breaking down the play for Channel 7. And one of the responses in the column, in the comments was, it's too much pressure on one guy. Like it seems like
to be on man.
It has to be perfect. Like he's got no help. And what I wanted to do is just too hard to do because I could see why he said what he said on social media. But it boils down, defense and good tackling is all about trust.
Yes.
So I'm more apt to get to where I need to be if I trust that you're going to do your job. I can play a heck of a lot faster as a safety if I feel like my adjuster is doing his job. If my adjuster can do his thing, if he feels like the gaps in front of him are accounted for.
Sure.
So the way you get more helmets to the ball is not because necessarily you're uncertain. It's because you have to trust that you don't have to play hero ball.
You don't have to go out and do something extra.
No, you know how Buford could have played faster as a box safety?
If he trusted Shavers was
have Shavers fit it right.
Yeah.
Do you know how Shavers could fit that pull right?
If the
the D-line finished the stunt.
Yeah.
Then you all of a sudden look like you have 3 guys.
Yeah. At the ball.
Yeah. So when I tweet out the same exact call from Florida State, it's not people. The low-hanging fruit will say we just need better players. No, those guys are capable.
Yeah. They just got to execute it.
You have to demand better.
Yeah.
They're plenty capable. You're not asking them to land on the moon. You're not.
You're asking them to do something they can do.
And if I can see it,
They
it's
can see
not
it.
overly complicated schematics, right?
Yeah.
It's just you're not reinventing the wheel.
So let me ask you this, because when talking about man versus zone and how it appears in man, sometimes you're putting too much reliance on one guy. Does zone?
It's David's question right here.
What did David say here?
He said, "Is there a schematic issue with Butler wanting DBs to keep their eyes on receivers and not on the quarterback?" It's because they're playing man.
Right. So
DJ, that's a legit. It's because they play man to man.
I mean, that's what we've heard a lot with issues with particularly mobile quarterbacks, right? It's because if you don't have eyes in the backfield, it's hard to those gaps can open up in a hurry.
And DJ, if you remember, I think it's either me or MRI, maybe it's the same time. We when you play man and you fit in the run game, it's my fit, my man is basically the easy way to say it. My fit, my man.
So can zone
or my man, my fit? I'm sorry.
Can zone give you a little bit of?
And I don't really want to get it. There's multiple ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you want to play man, there are ways to steal 2 gaps with 1 guy. You have to be willing to concede that you may not gap everyone out at the point of attack. So
okay,
there are times. Let's say I have a backside weak side linebacker.
Okay.
There are times he may be he may be a backside C gap guy or a front side weak A guy.
So you can use him for either.
Just it depends on where he's playing. It depends on whether the action is to him
or away
from him.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you have to be okay with that. I mean, that's just defense.
This might be a dumb question. Why?
Sometimes we got so when we were really good, we could use safeties as backside B gap run fitters, which means.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're talking about guys that maybe out of position is probably wrong, but ideally you'd be like, hey, I'd rather have a linebacker here, but I'm going to trust my safety to do this.
Yeah, you get to where you need to be.
Okay.
Pot committed, full flow guy.
Sure.
We'll clean it up on the back end with this guy.
So if you're Nebraska, for instance, and you're saying, hey, we need to be okay with.
You know why Bo Ryan could run?
Why?
And we could gap him out. We could clean it up on the back end. Hey, Teddy, if this cuts back, you're weak side B.
Yeah.
Caleb, if this cuts.
So that's one of the things I like about Caleb is he can kind of give you that versatility. By being able to take on a linebacker role.
So you have to. So you can do it. And maybe Nebraska goes from a little too high to 1 high, and
have
fits,
a staggered safety
and fits everybody right now.
Yeah.
And maybe they can't just play 2. The quarterback run game, they won to +1 to both sides. Maybe you keep a middle low hole safety.
Yeah.
There's things you can do.
I think when I say things like I wanted them to force Underwood to throw, I think that's what I mean. Probably a low high safety instead of having a too high, right? Bring somebody down, almost force your guys schematically into a run fit. And so you don't have to wait for the decision to be made. We're going to talk to Brian Edwards from Major Wager coming up next.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You have to treat them like everyone else. So that's my biggest thing is consistency. All of a sudden you don't just flip a switch, right? So typically in high stress situations, you fall back on your training. And if your training is mindful and disciplined, that's what you're going to do during a match. I would say someone like her, I honestly want to see how she is during like fourth and fifth sets, because then we might see more of her tendencies. I think first and second set, that kind of attack, they're going to hit everything, probably at full force. And you just kind of have to roll with the punches. But fourth and fifth set behavior, that's going to be more on my mind of if the game does go long, like what does she want to hit that's comfortable?
Yeah, I think our stories are so similar to each other. Obviously, we both graduated. I know we graduated 7. I don't know what their exact number was, but like they graduated a lot of seniors, and we both introduced a new setter this season. And I think there's a lot of growing pains with that of like trying to learn like how to connect, what set works best for this person and that person. And so I think we've seen a lot of that from both of our teams this year of and then just trying to figure out like what your identity is. Like I think early on this season we struggled to end sets and find ways to win, and they kind of did some of that early on this season as well. And like you've seen like both of our teams like grow and mature and kind of learn who we are and where we can be successful. And now all of a sudden you've seen us both kind of start sweeping teams and start finding success in the 20s. And obviously like what they did against Florida to come back in the first 2 and then like be ahead the whole time in the third was again just like a show of growth of a team and a culture. And I think really highly of Tom. I've kind of known him from afar from our times in the Carolinas together, and so I think he'll do a great job there.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live. Now, Vegas insider, senior handicapper, and fan of the cold Budweiser bottles, Brian Edwards.
It's got to be touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Brian Edwards.
I don't really love it.
Brian Edwards.
The way they're using the cream cheese to butter the bagel.
Brian Edwards.
I'm going with the cowgirl.
Here is Brian Edwards.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by our Thursday friend, Brian Edwards from Major Wager. B, what's going on, buddy?
Good morning, fellas. What's happening?
Brian, how we doing, buddy?
Other than being 1-3, I'm doing fantastic.
I detect a note of sarcasm.
The good news is, though, DJ said it's about to pop, so you're cool.
There you go. There you go. And we know Ravi is the last person to believe him.
Well, listen, he told me he was very convincing. He went all Pringles on me. He said, once you pop, we can't stop. So I was like, all right, let's do it. I believe you. I definitely don't think that the whole team has quit on Napier already. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Well, hey, well, I hope it's very clear one way or the other. I hope it's and I love Sam Pittman. I hate to rag on him here, but I hope it's a Sam Pittman special from last weekend, like Notre Dame did Arkansas, or we went outright.
Hey, do you think they asked for his scan card, or like in the locker room, or do you think he got?
You think they just deactivated it, and he's like,
get back into school?
I'm pretty sure that they did Belima before he got to the locker room. Like 5 years ago, and so I don't know. I don't think they did it till Sunday because I guess they had more respect for Sam. I don't know.
Well, he's an Arkansas guy,
Yeah, they didn't let Belima talk to the team after the regular season finale. They got him before he got to the locker room.
So let me ask you this, just in all honesty here. Like I know there's questions about, because Arch, also one of my favorite offseason quarterback picks.
Nailed it.
So I know there's questions about the Texas offense, but like you've got to be genuinely concerned about Florida's offense versus the Texas defense, right?
100%. But I'm hoping so.
Guys, the total's only 41. It ain't like there's going to be points galore.
Like 38-3 or what's?
I think I brought up Dallas Wilson with you guys this summer. He's the freshman wide receiver that got hurt like at the start of the second week of camp. He's finally back. He practiced last week and this week. And I thought he was going to be like, instant impact. And I'm hoping he is. And I hope he's going to be the spark the UF offense needs. But again, Arch is not exactly lighting it up, and Florida's defense is playing good. If Florida can get a little something good to happen early offensively, then, I think the crowd will be in it. I think we will have a good game. I'm actually taking Florida if 7. There got to be 7, but small. It's not a big play by any means.
I admire you for looking at this game, because for a team that has a losing record, you'd be like, why are you paying attention to him? But it's Rich Rod, and so West Virginia is always going to interest me as long as he's there. For a team that's only 2-3 and kind of innocuous, they are about as up and down as a team as I can remember this early in a season. 19 doesn't seem right. But then I say, it's West Virginia. How do you know what you're getting?
Well, there's a couple of things going on here. First off, I don't lay a lot of points a lot, but I'll gladly do it with BYU here. So West Virginia's starting quarterback is out. Their QB2 is out. Their QB3 is questionable, and it's Max Brown, who started a couple of games for Florida as a true freshman in 23. And he's questionable. So it's going to be either a hobbled QB3 or QB4 starting for West Virginia tomorrow night. And they're on a short week across the country into altitude. And they lost, or one of their good receivers is out. They already lost one of their best receivers and their best running back at Ohio in week 2 to season-ending injuries. So at BYU, Bear Bachmeier, 6 touchdown passes, no interceptions, 4 rushing touchdowns. BYU is playing good, and West Virginia has gotten killed the last 2, 41-10 at Kansas, 48-14 to Utah, and the quarterback situation. So I'll lay the points with BYU.
Let's get to one of the big ones this weekend. I know we've got some local eyes on this one. Vandy plus 10.5 at Bama. You feeling the Commodores?
I am. And I will be on them as an underdog until I lose like more than once. As a road underdog under Diego Pavia, 6-0 against the spread with 4 outright wins. As an underdog of any sort, home away neutral with Diego Pavia, Vandy's 10-2 against the spread with 7 outright wins. They've won 6 in a row outright dating back to the bowl game. They've won by 42, 24, 24, 49, and 20 this year. Now, obviously, Bama's their best opponent by far, but they have Diego Pavia moxie. They know they beat them last year. I know it makes
He
it a
owns
revenge.
Bama.
There you go. I know that makes it a revenge spot for Bama, but I still think the spot's favorable for Vandy. They're coming off, or Bama's coming off a 60-minute war in Athens to their next biggest arch rival outside of Auburn. And Pavia is just playing out of his mind right now. 11-3 TDINT ratio, 6.1 yards per carry average, 2 rushing touchdowns. I got to go Vandy. I bought it to 11 because I consider 11 a key number. So yeah, I like Vandy.
Then you've got another game that I'm fascinated by, and it's I think Mississippi State might actually be good.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'll tell you after this week.
Well, that's what I mean.
Right.
I'm fascinated by them. I kind of like Jeff Levy. They were real game against Tennessee last week. They're heading to A&M, and they're getting a pretty big number, 15 or 15 and a half, depending on where you see it.
Marcel Reed is tough.
He is. So I came away even more impressed with Mississippi State last week, even though they lost. I mean, more impressed than I was going in. And now I know it's a tough loss, and where are they psychologically, after a tough loss like that? But we're catching so many points, and A&M's 0-3 against the spread at home this year. As a home favorite under Elko, they're 2-7 ATS. When they played last year, Mississippi State was up 21-17 at half. They had a 22-17 advantage in first downs, 367-353 advantage in total offense. They lost 34-24, but easily covered as 19.5-point dogs. They're 4-1 against the spread as road underdogs under Levy. They are 11-2 against the spread, their last 13 dating back to last year. Mississippi State's just, they're just covering numbers, and I'll go with them catching this big one.
I'm going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I know we got a couple of ATS spreads left, but I want to get to this one just so I can tell you it's one of the lines this week that doesn't make sense, but I kind of like it. You like Sorsby for an anytime touchdown. They're actually silly enough to give you plus money, plus 100 for an anytime touchdown. And I say that, B, because they're favored at home against an undefeated Cyclone bunch.
Is that still 1.5?
It's 1.5. If Cincinnati's favored and you think they're going to win, Sorsby probably scores, doesn't he?
Absolutely has to, right? Like
he's
doesn't that, you know what I mean?
He's scored a touchdown in 8 of the last 11 games he scored a touchdown. And I did his rushing yards over 46.5. Was that the number that I sent you guys? And he's had at least 48 in 6 of the last 9, but 2 of the ones he didn't have it. It were against G5 opponents, and he had like 2 or 3 attempts. I mean,
it looks to, and I get it. Like last week, I was on the beneficiary. I was the beneficiary of if it looks too easy, go the other way. You usually like to take that easy money. This looks way too easy.
Yeah, I mean, look, sacks can kill you, but
anytime touchdown plus money.
Yeah, I think he's going to be running a lot, which he normally does in close games. I mean, what did he have? 93. I think he had 93 against Nebraska. If I'm not,
I think the line is I'm not surprised at the line. Are you?
Not really. Now hold on. I didn't look. Dante. Oh wait, is Big 12 injury report out? I didn't see if
not
Dante.
out. I think is it this morning?
No, I think ACC is Thursday night, and I think Big 12 is like SEC, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I get it here. Because I'm not playing the game, so I wasn't really worried about looking for Dante Corleone. The stud defensive tackle.
It's still 1.5.
Yeah, so I'm all right. Big 12
leads me to believe he's playing.
Here we go. Cincinnati. He's questionable again. He's missed back-to-back, but I mean that was Wednesday night. He's questionable, so we'll see.
So the 1.5 seem right to you?
What did I make it? Let's see. All right. Where's Big 12? Oh, that's for next week. Hold on. Here we go. Oh gosh, I made Iowa State 4.
Yeah. So there's 2 of these games this week, B, and I have a fascination with the unranked home favorites against ranked road dogs.
It's a great trend.
Because there's like a 70% trend to cover that number.
Yeah.
Right? There's 2 of them this week. It's Iowa State and Cincinnati. There's another one that I actually think makes way more sense, and that's Louisville and Virginia. I think Virginia.
What's that, 6.5?
That's a 6.5 point favorite for Louisville.
Wait, Virginia's ranked and Louisville's not?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think that's
Virginia may be reading the ink though on their fingertips.
So that's the thing. It's like I think maybe the voters overvalued Virginia, but Vegas has it right.
I think that's a correct spread.
I think the Cincinnati Iowa State one might be a little I'm leaning Iowa State like you with the minus
Cincinnati's 4. Pretty good though.
Yeah,
Cincinnati is good.
My only thing with that, I've got an Iowa State 13-1 to win the Big 12, so I've already got a bet on Iowa State. So why would I? Yeah, there's no reason for me to get into it anymore. And I just love Swordsby, and so I don't want to root against them.
I'm conflicted because I love Matt Campbell and I appreciate Iowa State, but on the other side, I want Cincinnati to keep winning so people know that Nebraska's good. So I don't really know what to do here either. I kind of think I maybe just like your Swordsby anytime touchdown.
I don't know why. Here's all my ACC games, but I didn't make a UVA Louisville line. I don't know why, but I agree with that line. Louisville's a lot better than Virginia, and Virginia's in letdown mode.
Yeah, I agree. 6.5. I'm like, people are like, wait, 6.5. I'm like, yeah, I'd have made it 7.5 because
right, exactly.
Anything under a touchdown, I mean,
yeah, it feels free.
It feels like you're stealing.
Yeah.
How about this line is kind of funny, and I love it because I am a Justin Wilcox honk. Like from day one.
Me too.
I've loved Wilcox.
Yes.
He's catching 3 at home from Duke, going clear across the country for a 9:30, 10:30 Dookie start time.
I mean, Wilcox is so good as an underdog. 35-19 for his career as a home underdog. 14-5 against the spread. I cannot pronounce his quarterback's name, but that guy has given.
Just say
Wilcox,
good freshman.
Yeah, good freshman from Hawaii. He has given Wilcox's career, or at least his tenure at Berkeley, a lifeline. And I don't know who's going to have him next year with NIL money, but he's with Cal for now. Give me Cal +3.
Man. We got to let you go, but like at some point we need to have a discussion about somebody going and getting Wilcox out of that wilderness.
I know he's really good.
I mean, how many times is that guy going to find good players and then just be like, all right, now go somewhere they can actually pay you?
Wait, hey, how about a couple of your quick NFL plays, B?
Okay, I'm okay with it 3.5 on the Vikings and the Chiefs. I prefer it at 3, and actually there's a clean 3 at FanDuel on the Chiefs right now. Now, I'm not good with 3.5 on the Eagles, but if you can buy it to 3 at -130 or cheaper, I'm okay with that. I did Jackson Dart anytime touchdown +210 at FanDuel, but
hey, he's certifiable.
Yeah, and only over 36.5 rushing yards. Over 36.5 rushing yards with Dart, and I like either a teaser or moneyline parlay with the Rams and Bills. If the teaser gets you to 2.5, do the tease. If I don't like it at 3, if your line's 9 tonight on Rams.
Well, you should be good on the Rams because apparently nobody's playing for the 49ers tonight.
Nobody.
So fine.
No Jennings, no Purdy, and no
Pearsall.
So just nobody plays for the 49ers anymore.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It should be double digits, but I guess they respect it because it's the NFL. Is it 9?
9.5, 9, something like that.
Yeah, they're begging you to. I don't know, but they did that with Denver the other night, and since a horrible Cincinnati team, and Denver hammered them. So maybe the NFL is giving away. Vegas is giving away money. I don't know how it's only 9. It should be 29.
I'll do Lions -6.5 first half at the Bengals as well. I don't want to delay double digits though.
Hey, show a little respect to Mac Jones. That's our guy Brian Edwards, Vegas insider for Major Wager Beat. We appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, B.
Coming up real shortly here. Let's just take a quick one, Shane. We'll get to Michael Bruntz, Musker 24/7.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, We've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You have to treat them like everyone else. So that's my biggest thing is consistency. All of a sudden you don't just flip a switch, right? So typically in high stress situations, you fall back on your training. And if your training is mindful and disciplined, that's what you're going to do during a match. I would say someone like her, I honestly want to see how she is during like fourth and fifth sets, because then we might see more of her tendencies. I think first and second set, that kind of attack, they're going to hit everything, probably at full force. And you just kind of have to roll with the punches. But fourth and fifth set behavior, that's going to be more on my mind of if the game does go long, like what does she want to hit that's comfortable?
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back. Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Michael Bruntz from Husker 24/7. Bruntz, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Not bad. How are you guys? What's going on this morning?
This morning is Ravi fretting about his Red Sox.
I don't feel great. I mean, they gave some stuff away yesterday. I didn't love it. They gave some stuff away.
I'm elated about the Dodgers because it's postseason, so of course they'll wake up. Even that Ben is still a piece of poo. Can you believe a team that won almost 90 games has 28, 29 blown saves, Bruntz? Pretty good, huh?
Not. That's troubling given their payroll options, I suppose. Right? Could always go out and get one.
Picking up right where you left
or
off.
They could use one of their they could use one of their like 18 starters that they've accumulated. Just use one of those guys.
So Robbie was
before that Dodgers Reds series though. That's like that's like the baseball version of a helmet game. Like it's a great
pretty sweet
color scheme matchup. I like that a lot.
Are you, and I don't want to add more teams, but am I the only one that hates divisional winners playing in the wild card round?
I don't love it.
I don't love it. I don't know. I like what baseball does with, this kind of just the opening part of the playoffs. Like it feels like almost like March Madness in some ways.
Yeah.
For people that like baseball, but I don't know. There's got to be some kind of value for playing well over 162 games, right? Like what's the payoff there?
I don't know. One and two seeds for the Brewers and Phillies, I guess.
Yeah.
What's the winning total in the Cubs Padres game? Like, what's the winning team score? Considering everybody that comes out of the Padres bullpen throws about 106.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
I'm gonna backpat here for a second, kind of like Ravi taking his victory lap on quarterbacks year 2 in college football. I asked a couple of our experts, Jesse Rogers, all these guys early. The Cubs were like in first place in the Central, and this was, I don't know, maybe 55, 60 games in. And I said, hey, are they going to be able to keep this offense up? Oh, yeah, I ain't plenty off. I mean, Cubs, plenty of offense. Like, I don't know, man. Like, these guys are scoring like 6-7 runs. Like, and lo and behold, last third of the season, they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. It's like, but then the Padres are underwhelming too. Like, this is a fascinating series.
Yeah. No, I that's probably the one I'm most interested in, I think, out of what's left. I don't know. The Padres are always, they've kind of been like a background, like not second favorite team, but I at least follow them a little bit. I was a big Tony Gwynn fan. Tony Gwynn, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Here's a little Omaha trivia. I'm a Lincoln guy now, but I'll give you some Omaha trivia. You ready?
Yeah. What do we got?
So the Hy-Vee on 132nd and Dodge, when it opened back in like the late 1980s, early 90s, Tony Gwynn was there for the opening, signing autographs in Omaha, Nebraska.
Do you know about Linden Market?
Let's see. Why is he opening up Hy-Vees?
I don't know. That's how I have a Tony Gwynn autograph, is because little 5-year-old me waited in line at the. I guess it wasn't even Linden Market High. Sorry if I'm giving them free ad reads here, but Tony Gwynn here for Hy-Vee. But I think that was random. Anyways, that's why I'm a Padres fan and why I'm moderately interested in that series.
You taking Flaherty today?
I can go with it.
You taking Darvish?
I don't know about that.
All right.
Are you?
I'm going to take the Cubs.
Okay.
Begrudgingly.
Uh-huh.
And why do I think the Yankees are going to choke? I definitely wouldn't play it. I don't know. I like the Guardians and the Cubs for sure. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one though, Bruntz.
I don't know. I don't feel good about the state of the Red Sox pitching staff.
Well, they're both in trouble.
Yeah. I'm not excited about it. Not really happy about that. Bruntz, let's get to a little Nebraska football here.
Total's still only 7.5. It's not going to be softball.
Well, maybe. Sometimes Vegas misses. Never know. Speaking of misses, I thought that
environment is going to be electric, though.
Yeah,
it's the Bronx when they're gassed up.
Yeah, it's gonna be intense.
I don't mind either team. Like, I'm not a Yankee hater or a Red Sox hater. Jazz Chisholm drives me crazy, but I think it's because way back when I used to have another partner on this show, we got into this Jazz Chisholm debate about how good he was going to be because he was coming off that huge year, and I was like, this guy's hitting like 228, and I don't think he's gonna be very good. And he drives me up the wall. But I don't mind even as a Dodgers fan, like I don't hate the Yankees. Not near as much as I hate the Red Sox.
I don't mind either team less. Like I accept them more now than I used to. I think part of it was just how it was like shoved down your throat constantly.
I'm mad that Henderson, Clemens, and Don Mattingly all were Yankees because those are three of my favorite players of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too bad.
I know.
Here's my thought. In some ways, the Dodgers being what they are now has allowed me to more easily accept the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Oh.
Like, is that funny?
No.
It's true.
Like,
why? Because our farm system's better than yours?
No, because they're not the only ones that are paying out the nose for people now.
Yeah. There's more.
Boston,
there's more of the bigger club.
Boston is
How do you guys let the Padres go unscathed?
Because they never won anything. Nobody cares.
Like, how are the Mets cool?
Like a vacation town. It's like they're good. They're good. They're not. They're not.
The roofless malls. Is that what we're talking about?
The Mets are just funny. They can't even make the playoffs with that payroll. Like, the Mets are hilarious.
It's incredible. That meltdown was. Yeah.
The Mets are just pure entertainment. I have no problem with the Mets.
Yeah,
not at all. I enjoy it. They're not they're not like the budget-friendly small market Red Sox,
You guys should ask
I'm doubling down. Go Yanks.
Next time BC's on, ask him about some of the Mets conversations we have on road trips. There's some social media stuff with the Mets that always just makes both of us laugh a lot. So ask him about it and see if he knows what I'm talking about.
You know how cruel of sport baseball is? Like Bruce Bochy got fired. You know how good that guy is?
Yeah, I do.
Really not good enough?
Yeah.
Guy's fantastic. You just live long enough it's just hard to win.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rangers.
Does he end up back in San Francisco? Like it feels like
I don't know.
It's
they
the nature of things, right?
They offered him a front office position. I don't know if he's going to take it.
Posey said no on the manager thing.
Oh, well, of course he did.
Well, Florida State guy. We love Buster Posey around here. Bruntz, let's get to a little Nebraska football.
I hate all things Giants, but Posey, Florida State, fine.
You love the Giants.
Don't matter to me.
Big Barry Bonds guy.
Wow.
Big Jeff Kent guy. He was a Dodger. Big Jeff Kent guy. Brian Wilson,
like his least favorite.
Jeff Kent is top 10 least favorite players of any sport of all time in my 50 years of fandom. That's how I think of Jeff Kent.
That's why I mention him to you every chance I get. I know where you stand on Jeff Kent.
Yeah, that's fine. No Broncos jokes because you hammered the JV team known as the Bengals this week.
Yeah. Progress.
I love the expressions from Sean Payton on the sidelines. I bet he just murders guys in meetings.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I mean, he always has the "Are you bleeping kidding me?" look on his face. It's just
constantly.
It's like this dude is pretty pissed.
You think anybody got? We're try this one more time. Do you think anybody got the Sean Payton treatment during the bye week for Nebraska?
No, not that bad. No, Sean Payton looks like he's like watching somebody like key his car all the time. And I don't think there's any of that going on at Nebraska. I don't think.
They do seem pretty pissy though.
They were clipped this week, I think is probably the best way to put it. Early on was a little clipped. No opening statement, right to questions. Not a lot of sharing going on down there. So
sharing is caring, Bruntz.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on Monday.
Well, we're so childish. Dana said we're going to see something we've never seen before, and we everybody turned it into a bit. I was like, I wouldn't talk to us either.
We're going to see
two quarterbacks. Did you have any guesses though? Harburg, running back?
No, I was so off. I'm like, I don't know. Anything that has more than one running option in the backfield, I'll be elated.
I'll say
like a two-back set.
Yeah,
my guess
I'll be tickled because I know he's tinkered with it since the offseason, so maybe now it's in full bloom.
Diamond formation,
full house backfield.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Fullback Luke Lindenmeyer.
Maryland as a tribute to Maryland before we hit the road. Nice 2:30 time slot for that game too.
I think it's going to be Mosey. I think hybrid Mosey is what we're going to see. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, in all seriousness, back to your original question. I do think there was probably a fair amount of fine-tooth comb breakdowns of what happened in the first four games. Because I don't know, it's that point of the season. I think it actually, where the bye week fell, it's at a nice time because you're coming off a game against a good team where there were obvious deficiencies there. It allows you to kind of take stock after 4 games of trying to figure out who's going to help us, who's not. And I think it also allows you to, because you've seen a lot of guys in small sample sizes, to kind of dial in a little bit more and say, okay, is there somebody that can help us who we're maybe not featuring enough right now, or we're not taking a close enough look at? So I do think that, they've been in the past been pretty good at self-scouting and being pretty honest about where things are. And I'm eager to see what comes out of it because, it felt like to me, like I said, the bye week came at a really good time when Nebraska needed to kind of push pause a little bit. kind of figure out after 4 games what they are and who they can be.
What do you think the what do you think the conversation is, or is there one? Playing the long game of, we'd like to run the ball. We heard Coach Rule say, like, right away, we're not running the ball the way or as much as I would like. But he also understands where his bread is buttered, too, with his skill guys. How much back and forth do you think they have over that?
I think a little bit. I mean, Matt Rule had a very specific number that he wants to get to in the run game to be able to win.
Although it was there's a big difference between 150.
Yeah.
I was like, how about 150, 165?
I was thinking he would probably like the upper level, the upper range of that gap. I don't know. I mean, also having Dana come out and say, well, I'm not just going to call run plays to do it. Like, I want to call things that work. I mean, that's kind of a gauntlet that's thrown down there too, to your offensive line and your running backs to make those things work, or else you're just not going to get the opportunities. So I don't know. I mean, I think you got to find a balance there. Maybe, he kind of as an aside said, I've got to get a little bit more creative with the scheme. I think, is that Mosey? Is that more Ja'Cory Barney in more of a running role? I don't know. I mean, I think when somebody acknowledges that coming out of a long bye week where he's basically just been self-scouting, that to me suggests that maybe you're going to see some different looks in the run game that we haven't seen through 4 games.
Yeah. How do you balance that with him also saying balanced offense to me isn't run versus pass? It's about who's getting the ball, how many different people are getting the ball, and that's how you diversify. That's how he views diversifying an offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been doing a pretty good job of that. I mean, when you look at the number of guys that have caught the ball or run the ball, I do think that, for Nebraska this year, I mean, I think you have enough skilled talent to where you can spread it around. I do think that, coming out of the bye, I think you're going to see, a few more guys get opportunities that maybe got small chances early on. It might see a little bit of a bigger role now. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think those are really opposing ideas. But I do think, I do think Dana in some ways, like, it has kind of used those first 4 games to kind of figure out, truly what they can be. And now being able to push pause and kind of hone in on that stuff, I think that could maybe yield some results there.
Bruntz, what do you think happens with what we see personnel-wise with Nebraska defensively, given some of the comments during the bye week?
Yeah, I don't. Did it feel to you like it was really a personnel thing based on what Butler was saying? Like,
that's fair.
Only personnel from the standpoint of, like, they need to have guys that are getting to the ball, and they need to get more guys to the ball and guys that can tackle once they get to the ball. Like, it didn't seem like, going into the bye week from Matt Rule or really coming out from John Butler, and John Butler really doesn't say a ton, but it didn't feel like there was like big dramatic overhauls coming. Like, it was more like we just need to do the job better. So I could see, maybe some different looks from the front, if they have to scheme it that way to help those guys a little bit more. But I don't know, like, are there a ton of guys on that defensive side of the ball that we haven't seen much that would step in and really make a huge difference? I mean, to my very layman eye, it feels like you just need guys to do their jobs a little bit better.
Yeah, I always, it's funny you say that, Bruntz, because I always struggle with at what point do you decide, hey, if I haven't seen the guy do his job better at this point, then he's not going to do it. I struggle with that a lot with personnel. You're a third of the way into the season, especially, like, I look at the secondary and we got some older guys back there. if by game 4,
I know the 2 guys you want to play.
the second level guys or third level guys is like, hey, we're 4 games in, you're 3 or 4 years in. If you're not doing your job at this point, are they going to do it? Like that's the part I struggle with personnel changes.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I think at certain spots, I think you might have some options. I think in the secondary you do. I can think of one linebacker that I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of in there, and get a chance to make a few mistakes. But I don't know. Like I guess I don't, especially with the front too. I mean, it's. I don't think there's going to be any new faces. Maybe how often some of those guys play, I think I could see changing a little bit. But I don't know. Like I agree with you. Like at some point, you just need to say like a guy can't do it and move on. But I could see a little bit of scheme change too, though. Like from what John Butler was saying the other day, like I think that's something that they're looking at, and they mixed and matched a fair amount against Michigan too, I thought, relative to what they'd done before.
Who bugs you the most on offense for Michigan State? 1, 2, or 6?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like it feels like to me a lot of this game is just like how much can Nebraska limit Childs? Like,
did he be better than 58% completion percentage in the conference?
Yes.
It feels like it.
I think.
Should he be?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, that feels pretty low for a veteran quarterback like that.
What we think his talent is and what we think his receivers are, like, feels like it should be higher.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know. Like I watched a fair amount of the game against USC. Like I think if you can limit him with his feet.
Yeah, we kind of were misled by the
it.
score. Like if you watch that through the third quarter, okay. I mean,
yeah. I mean, he was keeping him in that game too. Like, so, you know, like I think that's the game for Nebraska's defense. I mean, is you try to limit the explosives and you keep him in check, and I think you feel okay. I mean, I think Michigan State's got fine wide receivers, but I think that they can. I think Nebraska's secondary can cover them. Like I don't have a lot of trepidation there. I mean, I think it's, you know, Childs keeping a play alive for 3 or 4 seconds longer than it should, and then making a play that way, or the, you know, leaking out and getting a first down on 3rd and 6 with the scramble. I mean, those are the plays that probably worry me the most about Michigan State's offense.
Bruntz, I know we got to let you go here. You got to get going, but we appreciate the time as always.
Yeah, you put us on the clock. 9:25. We're like on it. Poop.
Sorry, you know how we are. Like we 10 minutes after the fact, we're still talking about something else. You're talking about Millard North coaching hot boards, Ravi. That's what you're talking about.
We're a softball school now, so I've moved on. We're you know, my fall sport is Millard North softball now. We're in.
Okay.
Number 1 in the state.
You going to see anything tomorrow?
I don't know if I'm going to make it out tomorrow. We'll see. I'm still trying to get through today. That's where I'm at.
That's a good place.
And I'm not going anywhere tonight. So
all right, it's a baseball day, and you get to watch Rams with versus half a Niners team.
Yay!
I'm just as excited as you are.
This is NFC West 2 weeks in a row, right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Scintillating. At least you get an early Sunday morning game, Bruntz.
That's true. Get the pain out of the way early.
Well, you get your coffee out of the way. All right, buddy.
See you guys.
That's Mike Bruntz, Husker 24/7. Listen, I'm not excited about the 49ers game tonight. I'm a little nervous about the Red Sox game tonight.
So easy split screen.
Oh yeah, I'll probably do the dual TVs.
Okay.
Well, I like, you know, getting both on full screen.
That's a tough night.
I don't know who's gonna get the sound.
If Dodgers Steelers were playing,
I think Red Sox get the sound.
Yeah, I mean, Steelers are my favorite team of
at least your game.
Any team.
Sorry, at least your game's not first. I say that because Tigers have the chance of being the first team to lose it after winning game 1 in the 3 years of this format.
Yeah, it's just such a pessimist.
It's not great.
So if the Tigers win and it gets to your game, I would sweat it out a little bit.
I mean, I actually don't care about like setting precedent. I just care about whether they're still in the playoffs or not. So,
well, they won't be if they lose.
I understand that.
And my team's not going to be in the playoffs.
It doesn't matter
anymore.
If it's a 2:00 or an 8:00. Like them losing doesn't really change the fact whether they still get to play tomorrow or not. So.
I don't know. I think this is widely known. If you ever want to have a chance in the postseason, you've got to be able to hit home runs.
Yeah, had some morning track power last night. That was fun.
Got to be able to hit home runs.
Got to be able to take it yard a little bit. I'll be honest. I'm glad the Red Sox made the playoffs again.
Oh, I hear you resigning yourself to taking the L.
I just don't love this team. Like I don't love this particular version of the team.
Yeah.
Like there's teams that I like the 21 team. I really like the 21 team a lot. Even though they didn't win anything of significance. Like, but there's just certain teams. Like I didn't love the like the 2013 team that won the World Series wasn't my favorite. You know, there's just certain versions of the club you like better than others. This isn't one of my. I'm glad they made it back. It's nice to see Red Sox October baseball, but not a particularly not a version of this team I'm particularly fond of.
A lot of friends on each side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
A lot of Yankees fans, a lot of Red Sox fans.
Yeah, I try and I mean that's the big strike on Rico right now is that he's a Yankees fan. It's one of the only things I don't like about Matt DeMarinis is that he's a Yankees fan.
So there's DeMarinis, there's my buddy DK's he's a Yankees fan. Kobe's a DK or Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Got your work cut out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Primetime television.
Gonna be a I don't know. I don't know about that run line. I think there might be some runs scored tonight.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's got any pitching left.
What
else you gonna do?
I don't know. I think Yankees get a gem tonight.
That feels like a 5-4, 6-3 game to me, something like that.
I don't think Detroit and Cleveland, they pushed them back, right, with the one less game. So are they 2:00?
Yeah, it's 2.
So. Yeah, instead of the noon.
Yeah,
they got the 2:00. It'll be good. We'll see what happens. It's always nice to be playing some October baseball, even if it's just briefly for a couple days. You know, after 4 years, it'd be too much if they made a big run. Like I need to ease myself back into the Red Sox
having
playing.
Success.
No, I was talking to a buddy of mine that's a Red Sox fan, and
Scott's cheering for the Red Sox.
You're Scott?
Yeah.
There we go. We like Scott.
I do.
I don't know. I was tired of seeing October everywhere yesterday, all over Twitter. If there's anything a producer should be over, it's that.
I forgot how, because it's been 4 years since the Red Sox were in the playoffs. I forgot how much differently I consume playoff baseball, like from a stress level.
Yeah, it's riveting.
Because and I even remember last year because I texted you right when it happened, the Freddie Freeman home run.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a hotel somewhere.
Yeah, I'm in. Was that Wisconsin? No, Wisconsin was at home. Where was I running around?
You're running up and down a hallway somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was.
Oh, Columbus.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was Ohio State. And I was praying nobody was up.
And I'm at a cigar bar with some friends, and we're watching the game. And
Freddie, meet Gibby.
And I just text you some profanities because I couldn't believe it. But even watching that, who I don't have a rooting interest really, is even though I was pulling for your Dodgers.
It's exciting. I mean,
it's a whole different thing. Like it's a whole different version of consuming the sport.
I was standing in Westside parking lot as long as I could yesterday before I went in, and I was watching the baseball. I was watching Tigers.
Oh yeah.
Cleveland, and I put it on my phone. I played it through Bluetooth, and I just sat in the parking lot. And that 8th inning when they were playing softball.
Oh yeah.
I was like, how do you hit 3 balls that totaled 199 mile an hour in a row? He threw 100, 99, 99.
Yeah.
And it was home run, double.
Dude, how about Mason Miller yesterday?
Oh,
you know why we love Mason Miller, don't you?
He's former A.
Nope. Type 1 diabetic.
Oh yeah. That should be my next.
That's my guy.
I thought you maybe were cheering for Bruntz.
Not his former guys, it doesn't help him out at all.
Well, when the first question we asked when the season started was how long were they going to keep Mason Miller?
Not a great sign.
Yeah, it's like, guys, getting off to an early start.
No, if you don't know, you should Google his story sometime. Mason Miller, like he got diagnosed in college, and like could not keep weight on, like could not even play. Like I think he's at a D3 level. Like fascinating story with Mason Miller. So not just because I'm
another guy that throws gas
800 miles an hour.
Is
what do you
know?
throw?
The funny thing was
104.5.
What's his buckets last night? The Rook. He had just shut Cleveland down the week before.
Yeah. What was his? Was 104.5? Was that the top pitch yesterday?
Yeah.
Stupid. That doesn't even sound like a real number.
The home run that got turned around was 100.7.
Ridiculous. Everybody throws 102 miles an hour now.
Especially if you're a Padre. I mean, he's come out throwing heaty hot.
Yes.
I was like,
yes.
Christmas.
Is the
I got to see what that total is in that Cubs game. What is it? It's got to be 5.
3.5.
It is. Nah, it's not terrible. 7.5. There was a 5.5, 6 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like 7.5.
School Bowl in.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I feel like 7.5 is kind of the standard.
No, you'll see some 6.5s in playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
What were we gonna say, Shane?
I was just wondering if the opening round is do fans consider it to be more exciting or less exciting than opening day? Because it seems like right now it's hopping.
It's way more exciting.
Way more exciting. Way more exciting.
Okay.
For the actual baseball, it is.
For the actual baseball.
Yeah.
I mean people go
is a big deal, but
people go bananas for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's opening day is more of like a ceremonial thing. This is like the actual baseball is way more exciting. Yeah, that's I'm listen, we'll see if we can do it tonight, you know? See if we can
see
if we can get it.
I feel it feels like a little pee-pee tucking.
Well, listen, no, I'm aware of what this team is. They had I think second or third best run differential in the AL, and they only won like 89 games. So like this team finds a way to lose games. Like that's kind of what they do. So we'll see what happens.
Is New Mexico State Sam Houston going to get any run?
No, Sam Houston's horrifying.
Don't you like that orange though?
It's a good look. Don't get me wrong; they're nice unis, and I actually know a guy that's the powerlifting coach at Sam Houston State, so I actually have an affinity for him. My God, they're bad at football. Horrifying.
And that's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Think.
I mean, listen, that might get the third screen, but I'm not going to have a lot of eyes on it. I'll be honest with you.
It's understood.
That one's not going to have not a lot of my attention. Real quick, we're going to take a break, but I got to tell you about our friends over at Next Gen Male Medical. They have whatever you need to feel like the better version of yourself. I was on the weight loss stuff before tirzepatide, and I actually went in there and they said, hey, we've got some of these peptides that can actually help the tirzepatide work better and help you lose the weight you're trying to. So that's what they did. They put me on the sermorelin. That's DB's favorite word.
Yeah.
It's a peptide that can
big British guy
that can help work in conjunction with your weight loss. So make sure you get out there and get to our guys over at Next Gen Male Medical. It's whether it's testosterone, whether it's weight loss, whatever it is, they can help you out. 614-9700. 614-9700. That's Next Gen Male Medical. We'll have more Hurrdat Sports Live coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing every week. Sometimes you get hit in the mouth, and whether it's, them or, honestly, I don't think that everything was them. I would put a lot of it on myself, and, not being able to, get the football out, I need to make sure that I help them out with that. So, I would be careful putting all of it on them, just because it's not just those 5 guys, but it's the receivers, it's the running backs, and ultimately it's me. So I'll take that one, and I know we'll learn from it and be better.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, I mean, games like this always kind of have some sort of implications for postseason. So we know what our goals are, and that's a Big Ten championship and a national championship. So, I mean, every game matters, truly. That's the reality of it is, yeah, we really want to beat Penn State, but we also have to go and beat Rutgers the next day, too. So, but yeah, I mean, like Becca said, it's a big rivalry, and it'll be a fun game, and just kind of taking this week and having some really good practices to go into it is going to be really important.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you, I'm sure you get those calls, texts, emails, even social media messages. Scammers are trying to get your information any way they can. At Centris Federal Credit Union, they're there to help you educate on the best ways to protect yourself and your accounts. This is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, so be sure to check out Centris's Member Protection Center, where they post information about the latest frauds and scams. Learn more on their website, centrisfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA. Let's get to our friend here, Evan Stone. He's the co-host of The Drive in ESPN Central Illinois. Stoney, what's going on, bud?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Just trying to make it, man. How about you?
Hey, listen, DB, I'm glad you're back to kind of keep this show on track because it's been off the rails the last several days.
Listen, when you guys are happy I'm coming back to keep this thing on the rails, it had to be back because I'm not exactly an on the rails kind of guy.
No, it's I heard some things on the radio I've never heard on the radio before.
Well, I can only
like what? I don't even remember.
I can only imagine. Little mercy.
I tuned in one day just to hear people talking about a puckered hole. All right, so
well, people are now making fun of the fact I said pee-pee tucking, so apparently you can't say that either. I don't know. Ravi just sounded like he was couching the Red Sox. He just was a little scared.
Difference between
he's down on the Niners.
I mean, well, nobody's playing for the Niners. Not a soul.
It's the NFL. Anything can happen.
I'm going to take the blame for last night because when it was 3-3 going into the 8th, I sprinkled some Red Sox money line. So that's
come on, man.
Oh, man. Degeneration E, man. Like in game?
In game, yeah, live.
3-3. He's like, oh, I got to get this plus money.
He's a big in-game better.
Got to get this plus money. Hey, how about those over betters that were like, it's 2-2 after 4, and you're like, ooh, looking good. Ooh, 3-3, looking good. Yeah, no. Let's get this thing right at the old 7. Not bad.
It was almost like the Rutgers-Iowa game for a while. That number was, I believe, 45.5. It was 42 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, and then nobody scored for a quarter and a half. And I was like, they're going to kick a field goal, end this thing at 45, and get the under, aren't they?
It's just wild times. Hey, were you proud of me for my Illinois prediction?
Listen, yes.
Thank you.
But I always have faith in you, DB.
I like it. I like it. It just, and now the more that I'm watching SC, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. That secondary has got some real issues, and they're not very physical.
Yeah, no, we came out and pretty much just smacked him in the mouth pretty early. And I'll tell you what, Maeva's a dude.
Yeah, he's gotten a
he's
ton
really good.
better. He still throws too many interceptable balls.
Yeah,
but he can operate quickly.
Yes, he can. I will say, USC has been complaining all week that they had food poisoning during the game, so I guess their best secondary player was out during it. But they got some communication issues. They got some guys that are just not in the right spot. But Luke Altmaier is also. He's also that dude.
Dude,
so,
their RPO game is ridiculous.
Yeah, the way that he's able to just kind of. I said it earlier this week. He makes playing wide receiver look easy.
Yeah.
And that's one of the highest compliments you can give a quarterback.
Dude's got some, no pun intended, he's got some stones too. He plays with this he's got some moxie. I don't know what they did against Indiana, but it didn't seem like the same team. And then I watched Indiana offensively last week, and I'm like, I get it, but this isn't an elite level defense for our. It's a good defense,
but that's not one of their better.
But it's not one of their. It's not. It's not Iowa standards defense.
Well, so I was in Bloomington for that game, and I took my son. It was his first road game. At about 2 minutes into the second quarter, I was like, "Hey, you ready to go?" And he was like, "No, we're staying the whole game."
So he takes after his dad.
Yeah. I've unfortunately given him. But here's the thing: is he's 7, and this is so wild because he's only seen Illinois win.
Oh, that is crazy.
And so it was about the third quarter, and he looks up and he's like, what's happening? And I'm like, well, bud, here we go. It's just kind of, you got to get ready. But I think I think they're two evenly matched teams that sometimes this just happens in sports. One team makes all the wrong decisions, and one team just happens to make all the right decisions.
Yeah.
And you got two evenly matched teams, and one plays an F game, and one plays an A+ game. It gets out of hand quick.
Who do you think's better between Indiana and Michigan?
Indiana.
Really?
I don't trust Michigan still. And maybe it's just because I don't trust the coaching staff, and I still don't necessarily trust Underwood. It was a good win there in Lincoln, but I just don't trust them to consistently keep it going. And Kurt Sig, man, he's got that swag that I think I don't think he'll be at Indiana long. This might be his last year there. But he's just got that confidence and that swag that I'm willing to say right now. I think Indiana's the better team.
Stay right there, Evan. What kind of program do you think hires a coach where it's going to be all about the coach? Is that? Arkansas could have the money with Walmart and some of the companies they've got down there, but is Arkansas a Signetti-esque kind of deal?
I think a program will hire a coach like that if they want to win. And listen, he's got the greatest turnaround in college football history. What he did in zero amount of time at Indiana, playoff first year, and then probably potentially playoff second year. They've got some tough games coming up. We'll see. They got to go to Oregon. They got to play Penn State. So we'll see, kind of how they wrap it up. But I thought this Iowa game was their biggest kind of come off a huge, big drubbing of Illinois in what their fans called the biggest game in Memorial Stadium history. And then traveling to Iowa City, which is always kind of it's like Novocaine constantly. And
what, give it time, it'll work, or what?
It's like just brutal. Like there's nothing fun about playing in Iowa City.
Oh,
ever.
believe
like,
me, I know.
But I did hear they didn't turn and wave at the kids. That feels Signetti-like.
Yeah. It does feel very Signetti-like. What do you think happens in Maryland with Washington going there?
I think sneakily that's like the best game of the weekend.
If you like offense.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a little bit of a snoozer week in the Big Ten, honestly. But I think Washington is trying to prove that they've got it going again. Maryland, I mean, they haven't played anybody. Can you believe how bad Wisconsin is?
No, and they're only getting they're catching 17 from Michigan.
Oof. Yeah.
And the total's 43. Like, what's that game going to be? Like 34-7? Or I mean,
seriously.
It's 28-10.
I think Washington gets it done. I think they go out there because I do think they're a good team. I really like what's his face,
Williams.
Jetfish. So well, and just that whole team as a whole. I thought they played Ohio State tough.
Yeah, that was what 10-6 going in.
Does anybody but Michigan fans remember that Jetfish used to be at Michigan? Seriously, only Michigan's offensive players remember that Jetfish used to be at Michigan.
Yeah, and they'll let you know about it too. Yeah, I think Washington gets out there, and I think they get it done. I might take. I know that both teams put up a ton of points. However, I think I would probably take the under there.
I think you can get 50. Yeah, I was gonna say you can get 53.5 if you like it.
Yeah, I would take that under. I mean, that's a long trip. All right, like Washington to Maryland. Is that an 11 a.m. kick, or are they at 2:30?
They are 2:30.
2:30.
So they didn't get the USC treatment, get put at the early game. But that's a long trip, and I just think that game might be a little bit more muddy than we think.
What about what are you thinking with Minnesota and Ohio State?
44.5 over under, and then 23.5. It's kind of that same thing. It's like, okay, they expect Ohio State to score in Minnesota
34-10.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
that defense for Ohio State is lights out.
Yeah, I mean they're good, and it will be interesting. This is the first kind of snoozer real team. I don't know how to explain that Ohio State faces. And so they come in, are they asleep at the wheel? They got a huge game next week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so are they
6:30 NBC tonight or Saturday? I think it's 6:30.
Yeah, it's the night game.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, 7. The Friday.
Yeah. I might look at Minnesota to cover the 23.5, but I don't think that's because they're going to play particularly well. I just think it's going to be a little bit of a snooze fest down there.
You guys going to be able to wake up at West Lafayette? You talk about sleepy.
You talk about sleepy. Yeah, 11 a.m. kick. Hey, I think after what happened in Bloomington, I don't think this team's gonna be sleepy anymore, and I don't think they're gonna overlook very many games. So I would ride with that 9.5 for Illinois, and I would take the under because I think the defense is going to show up and play a lot better. So give me Illinois 9.5 and the under 55.5, which is a huge.
That's a big number, man.
That's the biggest one of the week in the conference, 55.5.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I believe obviously 73 points gets put up in the Indiana-Illinois game. Illinois right now is 4-1 against the spread, and so I love them to cover. But I think the over-under points total is a little inflated based on some of the weirdness that has happened so far.
I think Trent Bray's a good coach. Which 1.5 line is funnier? App State being 1.5 over Oregon State, or Cincinnati being 1.5 over Iowa State?
Well, I mean, funny year, I got to take the App State over Oregon State. I mean, I don't know what is happening with that program or if they should still have one. I don't know what's going on over there.
I think Bray's a good coach too.
Yeah, I just think you just get in. I don't even want to call it purgatory. It's not even that. I mean, I have no idea what's happening with Washington State, Oregon State. They play each other like 12 times a year or something like that. Like it makes no sense what's going down. But I do think that other game, what did you say? You said Cincinnati, Louisville?
Yeah, Cincinnati, Iowa State.
Iowa State. Yeah, that is fascinating.
Yeah, I can't, and you don't have to wait long either. It's at 11.
Yeah, I love kicking off right away.
So, Evan, want to ask you about Penn State, which is when you saw them last week against Oregon. They've obviously got UCLA this week, so that nobody cares there. But
I don't know. I think Franklin cares.
Moving forward,
he's tweeting about it.
24 doesn't seem like enough.
I mean, can Penn State score?
Can UCLA?
No, they cannot. Famously, with one of my quarterbacks again, Nico. No,
actually, he's mine.
I know. Evan, when you look at Penn State, do you feel like you learned more about them or Oregon last week in terms of what their long-term future is this year?
Oof, that's a great question. I think I would like to say Penn State because I don't know what it felt like out there in Lincoln, but around here, it was almost like everybody was pulling for Franklin and Penn State just because they felt so bad for him. They're like, come on, buddy. Like, just beat one.
I think some of that is disliking Dan Lanning, too, because if he's not for you, he's a tough pill to swallow.
He's no Cignetti.
I mean, I was about to say, and what do? They both win. So I think it's more about Penn State because it shows they are who they've always been. They're going to beat up on all the middling and low teams, and they're going to lose to whoever's ranked that they face. But Oregon, who was supposed to be in a can they keep it up year? I mean, they show up, and I mean, Dante Moore is that dude. I mean, he's so fun.
I know,
to watch play.
That's the one guy that Ravi hated on that he doesn't ever bring up.
Yeah, that's the one. I missed on him and Mateer
and Mendoza.
I wasn't hard on Mendoza. I just said I didn't know.
Yeah,
I was easier on Mendoza. The ones I killed were Lagway, Manning, Nico, and Mateer was the big one. Moore was somewhere in between Mateer and Mendoza. So Gronowski. I killed Gronowski too.
We're on the same page with Lagway because that dude's a bum.
Mess around and beat the battle of his favorite quarterbacks, Arch and DJ.
I'm gonna get a win there either way. One of them's gonna play bad. I'll be fine.
I think Ravi has Northwestern on upset alert against the UL Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Warhawks going into Evanston, Evan, and he's certainly going to take all 11.5 of those points.
Well, that home field advantage there is pretty wild.
It's the lake effect. You got to be careful.
But it's so pretty.
You got to be careful with the lake effect.
I was like, what in the erector set is this that they got going on over there? So I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't care.
You're not real dialed in on UL Monroe?
Northwestern is just also a disgusting football team. And the Warhawks, big fan, but I could not predict anything that'll happen. I got burned on Oregon Northwestern, and so I've stayed away from them the rest of the time.
Oh yeah,
I
liked Oregon or Northwestern. I told you that wasn't enough points.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was only like 24-25. I was like, what? Oh, they're begging. They're begging you to take Oregon, and Ravi and his free money. Oh, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, so I'm out.
Hey, would you play Okie State getting 20.5 from Arizona with Ravi's money? It's on TNT too. Like that game's on television.
That game's on television.
Oklahoma State at Arizona is on TV.
Yeah, gosh.
gonna
There's
get
some disgusting games this weekend.
It is. It's a yucky slate.
We're full sicko mode going into this weekend, and you know what? It's my daughter's 4th birthday on Saturday.
Shout out.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna bet on all those games.
You want super sicko alert. I'm at the grocery store over in my neighborhood, and I got guys talking about Central Michigan and Akron.
Oof.
Akron. Listen. Oof. Dead dogs. I think it's like, I don't know. I was eavesdropping, but I think it's like 8 maybe or something. And oh man, Akron's in a good spot. I'm like, you guys.
That's when you got to do the Jordan meme. Like, get some help. Stop it.
I mean,
it's down to 7.5.
There's some rules, right? Like, you typically don't take bad teams on the road. Would you take a bad team at home? I mean, we saw Akron.
I try not to take bad teams. That's part of the reason when you're like, oh man, Northwestern, that's not enough points. And I was like, I'm certainly not betting on Northwestern.
I'm not gonna do that. I like to watch the trend. So if a bad team is on a trend, I'll jump on that, whatever's happening. But I mean, Akron didn't score a point until like week 4.
Yeah.
With their offensive head coach, Joe Moorhead.
Yeah, he's in big trouble, but nobody wants that job. I don't know if Akron cares enough to fire a guy.
I would say that's the hard part, right? Is like at some point you say, does anyone care, or can this guy just keep coming to work? I mean, really, like.
Evan, would you want to go to? Would you rather coach at Virginia Tech, or would you rather coach at? Just got fired.
Arkansas, UCLA,
Okie State. Would you rather be at Blacksburg or Stillwater?
Well, that's a good question. My immediate guess was Blacksburg and Virginia Tech, just because they got the Sandman. But man, Okie State's got that Pickens money. So
we don't know.
Yeah, who took over the board of trustees for old Boone?
Doesn't seem like that T Boone money's been flowing.
Well, either it's not flowing or Gundy.
Or they withheld it from Gundy because they wanted him out. But.
That's entirely possible too.
Well, that's how I feel about Arkansas. They should have tons of money.
Yeah. They had the Tyson chicken money too.
They got Tyson. They got Walmart. They got Jarrah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any open jobs right now that if I'm legit, if I'm like a guy looking to move up or a guy looking to take my first head coach, none of these jobs are ones that I'm like, all right, let's do that.
I would take
misses.
Oklahoma State.
I don't know. I think I would take Arkansas.
Arkansas's tough, man. Arkansas's tough. It's perennial
of what's open.
No, I know. I just perennially kind of overlooked in terms
listen,
of.
if I'm Rhett Lashley, I'm an Arkansas guy.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
I may have to take a look at that. And I get the money's good down there in SMU, but I don't know, man. Arkansas Kai coming back to Arkansas?
I don't know. Like it's hard to be successful there.
Do you guys realize we're comparing SMU to Arkansas?
I think SMU.
This is not like Pony XS, right? This is like 2025.
Yeah, except for they've been practiced on how to meet a payroll for 40 years. They're good to go.
That's true. That was 1980.
They're ahead of their time.
Yeah, that Southwestern Conference was so like it dissolved.
Yes. Like my favorite part of that documentary was like it's not like we were the only ones that are cheating. Everybody else just sucked at it.
Yeah, I think the name to watch out for Arkansas is maybe Jeff Traylor. Like I think that might be the
name. I hear him or JG
Kenny. Yeah, I mean I think those are the people that Oklahoma State's looking at too. But I don't know. I low key think SMU, if everything, and it appears to be true, everything is true what they say about the money there. I actually think that's one of the better jobs in the country.
Yeah, but
you're in the Dallas Metro. You got all the money in the world, and you're in the ACC, man. That thing's wide open. Everybody sucks in the ACC.
Well, I keep hearing that, but why they got all these teams in the top 20?
Well, I don't know, because they don't know nothing. Who they got? I mean, it's Florida State, Miami. That's it.
Yeah, Clemson's seen way better days.
That's why I said Oklahoma State, man. I'll take my chances in the Big 12.
You want to be a real sicko? Lay the 3 with Duke at Berkeley. I don't even know why they're favored, which just says you better take them.
They've lost a ton of guys, though. They're super banged up.
Cal's getting points.
Yeah.
At home.
That feels
across country.
Well, their coach is legit.
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge Wilcox guy. You got to tell me.
Yeah, somebody go get our guy Wilcox out of purgatory.
Good talking to you, Evan, man.
Hey, Nebraska,
appreciate y'all.
Nebraska or Michigan State? Who you got?
Oh, Nebraska big.
I'm
Nebraska big.
I'm inclined to agree.
Stoney, we appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
See you guys.
Hey, Rico, real quick before we wrap up, pop up the graphic there for DB so we can see what's going on.
What do we got?
You are out of the basement.
Oh, I'm making some headway.
Yeah, you're out of the basement. I'm still in first.
Of course you are.
Just in case anybody was wondering.
Listen, I'm not in the basement, and I have Nico Iamaleava. I
Yeah.
just say that to yourself. Every week he gets me 5 points or less. Every week. Guy's horrible.
The only person in worse shape than you, or in as bad a shape as you, actually worse shape, Timmy V with DJ Lagway. He's the only guy that has less points than Nico.
The dude is in last place, and he had a 28-point quarterback.
That's incredible. We love to see it.
Well, not everybody.
At some point, I think you should minus out the worst one in each one.
Why would we do that?
Even it out.
That's not evening it out. That's rewarding people for making horrendous picks. My worst pick is better.
Is that gymnastics? You throw out the high-low?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
My best pick, like my worst
Make it more
pick-
interesting.
It's not. It's more interesting.
I have the lowest scoring.
Be confident in your
quarterback
picks.
almost every week.
I'm
and
more
it's between Tim and I.
Yeah, it is every single week.
It's either Nico or DJ.
I am confident in my. Well, although KB's in trouble because Austin Simmons isn't playing anymore,
Yeah, I know.
so he's in deep trouble
So he's taking a goose egg
every week, basically. Yeah, so he's going to end up in last because he's going to take constant goose eggs, unless you're getting active negative points from Nico and DJ, which is on the table.
Remember how brilliant we thought he was when he picked Aguilar?
Listen, I mean, it's been
We were like, oh man, that was deep cut. Ooh,
it was a pretty good pick.
KB knows what he's talking about.
It was a pretty good pick until he threw 5 interceptions in the last 3 weeks. It's been less good. I'm just saying I shouldn't get punished for all my picks being good. You know who my worst guy would be right now is Aller. You'd have to throw out Aller. That's my worst pick. Although, who's got Klubnik? They're getting hammered too. Oh, TK. TK's getting hammered with Klubnik.
Again, can I just get Sellers going a little?
He might go. I was gonna say, well, he might. He's got a better chance than Nico.
Fudge.
They don't have any assistant coaches anymore.
Guess how many points I'll be getting from Nico this week? Yeah, 0.
Probably not a lot. Probably not a lot.
That's fine.
That's all right. That is
That's
that
the
is
epitome of playing shorthanded.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I don't listen. If you're kneecapped, then the longer distance isn't going to help. Like,
I get a rascal.
Get one of them scooters.
Yeah.
At a certain point, the
Can
distance.
you just see me rocking a rascal?
No, I cannot.
Getting a 3-wheel motion.
I feel like you would actively just like limp around overtaking a rascal.
I know I'd have to get that thing juiced to take the governor off or something.
Get a diesel.
I got to at least be able to go 12, 15 mile an hour.
Got a diesel powered rascal.
Yep. That guy in all his exhaust.
You're like one of those dudes that like soups up his golf cart. Like,
for sure.
That's the show for today. We will be back tomorrow. It's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.